I have bought forms to further my education, but then I don't show up. It's not right. It's not good. It is not it's not something that we need to be encouraging. We shouldn't be doing such things at all. Okay, so we have four now. I think we have a visitor, Ernestina Sunu. Madam, you are welcome. Here is introduction to more education. And this is my first time of seeing you in class. So you are welcome. You can enjoy some. All right, so let us proceed from where we left off last time. So in our previous lecture, we were talking about why we cannot teach, or why we can teach morality based on religion, and why we cannot teach morality based on religion. And so many points were given. Other people are saying there are so many religions in this world or on this planet. Aside the three major recognized ones, there are so many of them in the system. And if you want to teach morality, which of them are you going to base on? They tend to differ at times on certain things, but which of them are you going to teach? Some people are saying, oh, if you're looking at you seeing the one behind these rules, it appears we don't see anyone. If you don't see anyone, then why do I say that I am worshiping? Why do I say that I am obeying the person's rule? Have you seen God before? And you say God is the giver of some of these rules. And there are so many reasons given, justification given to buttress that. And so that is what we spoke about the last time before we end the lecture. Today, we shall move to look at the history of religious and moral education, or let's say moral education in Ghana. Okay, so today I'm not sure the PowerPoint will show. So we want to look at that. How did moral education start? What were some of the things that we're doing? Did it have any policy supporting it? So we shall look at all of these things. Right. All right. Oh, Madam is gone. Bye bye.
So she's English major student.
And what is she looking for here?
I don't know.
You see, this reminds
was lost.
me.
She was lost.
This reminds me of one story I heard. That when they entered the university around 2000, this man was confused to the extent that when he's moving around and he sees anyone selling, anyone doing a photocopy, he will go and do it. Meanwhile, the course, you don't know what the course is about. The person was stressed up and was just doing photocopies anyhow. So I'm not surprised at all that people will be joining us. That is very good. I mean, she may be minor, so if you learn it, there are instances where you go to a school and they will tell you we are lacking RME or CRS teachers, so please, if you can come and help us out. And when they join, it helps them. They are able to benefit massively. Okay, so the history of teaching moral education in Ghana, and moral education has been part of our system before the introduction of formal education. traditional system. That is when parents and elders in the society were teaching us some of these things before the Europeans even came. So we had it. And so when you're talking about more education, it has been with us since time memorial. But what they were doing there may be different from what we're experiencing in this season. So during the colonial era, the government, that is the Portuguese, the Danes, the Dutch, the Straits, okay, use the castles. We can talk about the British. They use the castles that were serving as trading posts to provide more education. When they came, they saw that people were lacking some form of formal education. And so they had to try to use the castle. So if you have gone to any of the castles before, the Christianborg, the Elmina, the Cape Coast, and other big castles that we have across the coast, they were using all of these centers to educate people. And as part of that, they were providing more education because, you see, they were missionaries. And as part of it, as part of their missionary activities, they were teaching people what to do and what not to do. But they were doing that through confessional means. So they were educating them. And so this pioneering effort was supported by the European merchants. Of course, they came here to trade, but as part of their trading, they saw that no, they discovered other opportunity that if we should give education, it will help. And let's not forget that when they came, they the language barrier was something that was posing a big problem to the activities. So they had to find ways to be able to now get people who will serve as intermediaries and interpreters who could listen to whatever the whites were saying and tell the blacks. And that's what they were doing. And there was this story that a white man, I think he misplaced his money and he went to the chief's palace. Say, kum, 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 kum. Amanfuwe, muhu broni peta odi machi. Asini sika yara. Say, wahunu, fabra. So he gave all the announcements that he was supposed to give. Say, uhunu nasa de beba esewara. Then the white man also said, esewara, sewara. So to it, a white man money got missing. And when this guy who happens to be a chief linguist was asked to go, Gongon Bita, sorry. Gongon Bita was asked to go and announce if anyone has found the money. He went with the white man. So he announced, my people or people of this town, do you see the white man behind the white man here? He says he has misplaced his money. And so if you have seen it, kindly bring it so that we hand over to him. And he added, if you have seen the money and you bring it, it is up to you. So that's what he said, Esewara. And the white man also said, Esewara, Sewara. So it tells you that the white man was serious. He was in need of his money. So I'm just imagining the kind of information this blacks who had received education give to the people. And today it's not a surprise. There are some words that have been penned that have something like bloody fool. you hear a word like bloody fool. Initially, we said, what is bloody fool? And when you get the actual meaning, you'll be surprised. So the people were serving as interpreters, and they were turning things around, just deceiving people every day. So religious instruction was used to teach moral education. Just as I said, they were, yes, bloody fool. uh, so I think it's bloody fool, something like that. So you see, they were missionaries, and so they were teaching, they were giving religious education. And so as they were teaching, as they were giving, as they were preaching and instructing people, do this, don't do that, then they were, get away. Yes, get away. But the people, you're very good. You're very good. You have so many of them. Yeah, so get away. There are so many words that they've turned them into something else for us. And today, even the educated, we unless you reflect and say, what were they trying to say? And especially comfort people. Comfort people. They have turned things around for us. In fact, they cannot speak their language without mixing English with it. Some ball me golf. I'm all who there prices nyame. So they were doing that, and the content was exclusively based on Christianity. So whatever morals that were given, they were only taking that from Christianity. Meanwhile, it is not only Christianity that teaches morality. So they were given what they had. And so the Basel mission followed the initiative of the merchants, and they introduced their first schools at Osu in 1828. Then they also established one in Akropon, what we have Akropon PTC, PCE now, Akropon College of Education. Yes. Then in Abri, they also established one there. Then religious instruction was used to teach more education to children. And we have Paul, they also, Graham, they are supporting that. And so during the colonial period, the government, as at that time, adopted the Basel mission. They adopted it. They saw what the church or the mission had done, and now asked them, okay, give us your schools. So they adopted, and they came up with some educational policies and encouraged the teaching of more education in Ghanaian business schools. So that's why we cherish PC so much. It has been the system. It has trained teachers. If you are here and I don't know, is there anyone who was trained at PC? Is there anyone who was trained at PC? I was talking with one student in normal code. They are writing exams, and the person told me that the person received education in PC Yakupon. I said, oh, okay, one of the best schools and one of the first schools. Oh, okay, St. Monica's. That's good. That's good. Madam Stella, St. Monica's, good. So under the political regime of Sir Gaddisberg, we told he came up with 16 principles. And in these 16 principles, provisions were made for moral education. The 16 principles. I think when you are reading history of education in Ghana, you will come across the 16 principles. And we know Gaddisberg that among the whites, the colonial government, the various colonial governments, Gaddisberg left an indelible mark. He did an excellent work to help the colony that he came to lead. Okay, so he brought that, and it was subjected to the Legislative Council for approval in 1925. So that was when Gaddisberg brought his 16 principles, and it was approved. And so when you look at it critically, the 7th and the 8th make provisions for moral education. They supported moral education. The 7th principle sought to provide character education. So in that it says character education must take an important place in education. Okay. And the 8th was also expected to provide religious education or religious teaching. So religious teaching must form part of the school life. You see, so is it that all of you cannot hear me or only one person?
I can hear you here.
Okay.
Sir, I can hear you.
Then Madam Comfort, please exit. Someone should send her a message that she should exit and rejoin. The one who is finding very difficult to hear. So that's it. Hey, one person. I said I let the person send the person message. Okay, so we saw that just give me some time. I just discovered that the screen I'm sharing is not showing. What I'm presenting is not showing. So let me. I see. Please, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we continue from there. So the two principles out of the system made provision for that. You see, so we have character, education, and religious teachings. This tells you that there is difference between character education or moral education and religious education. Why wouldn't the 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 committee that was set up, why didn't the two match? Why didn't they match the two? So it tells you that there is difference between character education and religious education. And so that is why you see religious and moral education. And our focus here is on moral education. So this implies, you see, it implies that the governor, Gajesberg, called for separation between religious education from moral education, instead of, as we see, or with the missions or the missionaries using religious podium to be teaching morality. There are so many people out there who do not belong to any religion. And when you say you're going to do that, you're going to teach morality based on specific religion, then what are you saying? Are they coming to join you by hook or crook before they can learn some of these things, or what? So that's what it meant. So the governor separated that. And so more education continued to be encouraged in the Ghanaian basic schools during the nationalist period. And this one was under President Nkrumah regime, during his regime. And he, we're told, brought up the Accelerated Development Plan policy in 1952. So 27 years after Gajesberg brought his, we told the local governor or the local president or the right president, who was a black, the first black, also did something about more education. But you see that as time goes by, any political party that takes over, they target religious education because they think it was not achieving its aim. So we shall continue, we shall see. So after 27 years, after Gajesberg has brought his provision of the 16 principles, we saw this government also coming in to bring accelerated development plan. And that one also, let's see what it did about more education. So under that, more education continued to be taught as part of religious instruction under the accelerated development plan policy. However, after the attainment of Ghana's political independence in 1957, Independence Day 1957, Ghana, there is a song like that. So he introduced a new policy by proposing the introduction of moral teaching in place of religious knowledge. So it means that before Ghana attained her independence, there was something called religious knowledge. And under religious knowledge, they were teaching moral education in there. So when Ghana now has gained her independence from the British, this is the time they are saying, hey, let us start teaching religion, let us start doing moral teaching instead of religious teaching. Because of course, they will talk about morality, because they wouldn't like to use the taxpayers' money to go out there to go and propagate anyone's mission. So when we streamline it, that's moral teaching, and it should be devoid of any religious teachings. It means that the taxpayers' money will be able to put into good use. It will be used as it is expected. And so by so doing, we told that the president in Nkrumah was opting for the introduction of secular morality rather than religious morality. And to implement this new educational policy, Nkrumah's government formed an association between the Ghana Youth Party and what we have as Ghana Youth Empowerment Program. So you see where I started from. So membership was open to all young people in Ghana, both males and females were all eligible to that. And the movement was formed in all basic schools in Ghana. And what was the main function? The function was to train the mind, the body, and the soul of the youth in Ghana. Hence, let us go and start training people in the military. Let us go and give them some form of military training where they are going to get some of these skills. So, as part of the program, They were supposed to give them skills that will equip or will sharpen their minds, their body, and their souls. Again, to train them to become or train them to be up to their civic responsibilities. So I am not surprised if we are sending today's national service personnel into military to go and learn some basic skills before they'll come and do their service. So that I will tell you, it's a way of imbibing in them some form of discipline. You see, so from the very first time Ghana had independence, this thing was brought into being. And if they were supposed to do that under religious knowledge, they wouldn't be able to do that. And so we are still in that era, moral teaching. So the young guys should go. I am very happy that I am not part of this cohort of national service personnel. But I wish someone like all of you will be part of the national service cohort so that you go and get the training. You go and get some form of training. They just let you run about 100 kilometers every morning and evening. But it's very good. It's very good. Or you said I hate you guys. Oh, I don't hate you. Am I with you? Okay. It's unfortunate that let me see, maybe they are, in fact, it's not easy. They are killing them. They are killing them. But I'm very happy that I am not part of them. Oh, but maybe comforts. I should go and lobby for you so that you can go and receive some training over there.
No, the aerobics and the exercise I do on my bed is okay. I can't go and join them.
Can you just imagine you have been exercising on your bed? Ah,
I know, I know, I know, I know.
so someone is running away. By the time they will come, all of us we are dead. Mm. Pina, you have something to say. You have something to say. I can see you have something to say. The way you are saying a corner. So is why were you brought up in a military way? Let me exit and rejoin. Let me see something. Okay, so these were the functions, and these were the functions that membership. These were the functions the program was supposed to have performed to inculcate in the youth in Chromism the ideas of African personality, and that idea was just to make people to love their nation, love what is being produced in the country, fight for your nation. So these were the ideas, and to foster the spirit of voluntarism. All of these things could have paved way for the national service scheme, where you are supposed to go and work for a year. work for a year to get some basic skills, go and serve the nation. And one thing I have seen is that when you are posted and you work diligently, the nation pays you. The nation rewards you big time. One thing I have seen. So those who go out there and they try to play some lackadaisical behaviors where you're supposed to be on duty, you will just be run away. The land wouldn't pay you. I remember giving this advice to a colleague, and the colleague started becoming so the person was inimical to me. The person was not talking to me for some time. I said, hey, I'm telling you the reality. When the person was supposed to be on duty, you see that the person was just gone. Wouldn't be given an excuse. I'm not. As we speak, the person is doing the master, but the person is not employed. Some of us work diligently, and even at the point where during off-campus teaching practice, these institutions wanted to pick us. They said we should come back when we're done. So if you are sent to go and do national service and you try to play smart, you are doing your own self. The land or the soil wouldn't pay you much because you were stealing from the nation, and it's not good. So the moral teaching curriculum could not be successfully implemented because it was vehemently opposed by civic society groups. And we told that in the so the curriculum that we are seeing here didn't get what it was supposed to be. Okay, because there were missionaries in the system. They started education, and now you bring up a new program and say, hey, my friends, all of you should go somewhere. I am the government. I am the one financing it. I am the one giving training to people. I am the one in charge of paying salaries and providing other teaching materials, the curriculum. I am the one in charge. I nominate people to go and design a curriculum to be used across the nation, especially where we are practicing a centralized system. I'm the one in charge. And so you, the religious bodies, all of you should find a place to go. All of you should vermouth. So when that comes to mind, you see that the religious bodies wouldn't be happy with it at all. So these religious bodies oppose the the moral teaching curriculum. That's what explains it. And so in the 1970s, we told more education was taught in Ghanaian basic schools under the designation civics. Civics, that's the title. So you see that it has taken a new name. Then this curriculum was, it provided for citizenship education. And in the 1980s, 10 years later, or a decade later, more education was taught in Ghanaian basic schools as part of cultural studies. You see, so we started, let's go back a bit. We started with religious knowledge. Now we came to religious teaching. Now more education has become civics. Now, as we progress in the 1980s, you see that it has taken a new form. So they've attached it to cultural studies. So wherever we are studying culture, you see religion and morality in there. And so it was taught, and it had an integration of religion, culture, and music. But then in 1994, as at that time, someone was born. In 1944, we told cultural studies was removed from the basic school curriculum, and many stakeholders of education and civil society expressed their dissatisfaction over the removal of the subject. So if you have removed cultural studies, then it means that culture studies is gone, religious studies is gone, music education or music studies was also gone. So people were not happy at all. And so in 1998, there was a reform, okay, and this reform was spearheaded by the National Education Reform Review Committee. They recommended that religious and moral education should be reintroduced into the Ghanaian education system. And they use that to teach moral education. How do you see moral education in the education system? You teach a topic. After you are done with the topic, then they will ask you what is the moral, or what is the moral lessons that can be learned. So anytime you see what are the moral lessons that can be learned, then that one is throwing more light on moral education. So you see how the subject has suffered, how it has suffered in the hands of politics, all because it is colonial government or local government who is championing everything, and they wouldn't want you to use they wouldn't want to use the taxpayers' money to go and propagate any gospel. So if you want to teach morality, then of course. So morality here will go for the government. And this one, it wouldn't be limited to any Christian denomination or let's say Islam. No. They pick it on a secular ground. That's why we talk about secular morality. Here we are not interested in morality that is derived from any religion. So that's why the government was so keen in that. Look at in 2007 again. In 2007 again, by that time, some of us were 12 years old. Religious and moral education was removed from the basic school curriculum during the political regime of President Kufuor. It was removed though. Hey, how many times has it been removed? I think this is the second time. Why? Is it that the subject was not achieving its aims, or money? They were not getting money to. In fact, this today the way this thing is worrying me, I don't like it at all. I don't like it. Is it that they were not getting money to pay, or is it that the subject was not achieving its aim, or there was some form of politics in there? That's why they will call for the removal of RME. Hey. So, the Catholic Bishop Conference, and this is a body that is made up of bishops who are Catholics, and they have a document policy. I chanced on the 2012 conference they had in Kumasi, and there were so many issues raised there. Wow. When you get hold of that document, you'll be surprised. So the Catholic Bishop Conference and other civil society groups protested against the removal of RME from the curriculum. So they were asking, why have you removed it? Why have you removed the subject? No, reintroduce it. Reintroduce it. Because it's one way or the other teaching people how to live good lives, how to live responsible lives. It is imbibing in learners some of these principles to be able to help national development. And so they fought, and consequently the subject was reintroduced in 2008. So in 2008 it was reintroduced, and it was through the activities of the Catholic Bishop Conference they spearheaded that. And when they introduced it, citizenship education was introduced at the primary level to teach moral education. But do we have citizenship education in the system now? Is it still in the system? No, it's not in the system. It has been taken
No.
off. It has been taken off. Thank you, madam. So in 2015, I remember even in 2010, I didn't even learn. I wrote my BC in 2010, and I didn't write RME. As at that time, it was out of the system. So we went to the SHS, and now we're told that it was reinstated or reintroduced. And so
RME suffered the fate with a Greek. I remember by then I was teaching one GHS. I was teaching RME. I was asked not to because the children would not write.
oh, okay,
So I
that's
had to this thing. It wasn't just easy. Ghana we
so is your network. So I remember pre-tech.
and we are trying that.
So Isa,
Yes, sir.
your network was hitchy.
Yeah, I remember I was teaching that subject, and those who wrote, I think 2010, no agric, no RME. It was later
Yes.
that
And pre-tech.
that
There was no
yes,
pre-tech.
it was later that I think they wrote about 5 subjects or so, and
Yeah.
they
Is it BBT, something of that nature? Yeah.
yeah, BDT. Yes, and they wrote about 5
BDT.
subjects. BDT, basic design technology or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you remember perfectly in 2010. So as at that time, the subject was removed again, and in 2015, another proposal was made to separate moral education from religious education and to teach them as separate subjects at the basic school level. That did that see the daylight? Did it hold any water? That's why we are doing introduction to moral education. That's why we are doing it here. And so this new policy sought to introduce the teaching of civic and moral education in addition to religious studies at the colleges of education in Ghana, where students we are told were prepared to teach at the basic level. And so we saw the distinction or the how the two were separated. And so the proposal was made by the National Council for Teaching for Tertiary Education. Okay, the Council for Tertiary Education. And when you take the harmonized status for College of Education in 2015, you will see that requirement in there. But things have changed. Things have changed. And today we see things here. We see them here. Right. So that is a short history of religious and moral education, how the subject has suffered the hands of some of these politicians. Today, this political party will come tell you, hey, today we want to take it out of the system. All because the government doesn't want to use the taxpayers' money to be propagating any form of any churches or any religions doctrines. That's one of the rationale behind it.
Nyame asɛm na ɔmo pui.
Nyame asɛm no adɛn na churches na the whole church no to adeɛ. So you see, when you attend mission school today, you see that they have some of these they have some compulsory hours for you to attend some of these meetings. And you see, with the 16 principles where we saw provisions should be made for religious teachings, provisions should be made for moral development, All of these things pave way for the morning worship on Wednesdays. You see, where people will go, the people or the students will go for devotions to go and do some of this. And I remember in my alma mater, SHS, every Friday we're supposed to meet and go learn songs. Every morning supposed to go for devotion. And that was when okay. So that was when we were learning all of these things. So you see, although we see why we are doing most of the things here. I say, why worship? And can it be that hey,
We should get
interested the Savior.
die before we who cause his face.
Amen, madam. You see, at that time, we didn't know how to sing it well. Yeah, so the Lord. Oh, sorry, but you see, there is one funny thing that any song that comes from these preparatory schools, the moment it enters the government schools, the site too, it will just get some twist. Things will change. In fact, they will add new lyrics to it, and that was what we're doing in it. Yeah, Saito is the best. I'm sure. Yeah. Yes. You advocate for.
It sounds like I saw this says standing as a
The
con.
day is bright.
He
You have
says,
seen
The day is bright.
standing at the corner.
corner.
Yes. Oh.
You see, so you let her, no matter how the composition is, no matter how beautiful it is, the moment it comes into the Saito, it will change.
Happy the day, oh.
The day is bright. It's bright. Happy the day, oh. So the day. Hey. Jesus standing at the corner, singing hallelujah, amen. Hey.
Amen.
Jesus standing at the corner. So can't he come to the middle? Hey. And I don't know whether the ones who learned the songs, they came to confuse us. I don't know. We have learned songs, so
And say it's still in our society. So even some of the how do I call it? Grown
Hello,
up
sir.
people,
yes, sir.
when they
And
are
Yeah, I think.
singing,
Hello.
so you let Madam Stella end. Let her
okay,
end.
I was saying that even the adults, up to now, some of them sing it the other way, like we used to do in the Saito, especially this song. It was just recently that I got to know that it is sung this way. Yesu ni wangu wasma wamilele. But when in our child era, we used to hear that Yesu ni wayo wasma wailele. That's not the way it's sung.
I say once and so you only go to church to go and sing once now house fly once now once now wari mi krom. All right. Say once now you chrome. Say you were saying something.
Yeah, I'm still talking about the way we corrupt songs. I'm singing a particular song, but nobody should ask me the meaning. I'll say something later.
Okay.
There was this song, Anafu Ibite Peter A CCC Olo or Peter A CCC Olo. Now we try to look at the meaning of the song, the correct singing. One of you will betray me. One of you will betray me. Peter asked, is it me, oh Lord? Oh, Peter
Ah,
asked, is it me, oh Lord? You can see the song, but at the beginning, you see this thing. Ana fu ibite. What is the meaning? So you see, in fact, when the school get when the songs get to some place, why you just have to. So you take your time and sing some songs before you have problems. So you
okay.
when you listen to the lyrics very well. Otherwise, when you hear somebody singing and you try to copy, you will go to some place and you'll be arrested. Thank you. I think
Wow.
not only that, even the learning we are learning is also like that. Even the learning we are learning. Sometimes somebody will not take the time to learn the thing into two. He will learn it his own way and release it out his own way. Then the children are being confused. Thank you.
Yeah, yes. Even they just want salary increment. You have called them for workshop to teach them songs. Can you just imagine? Uh, when they said shen. When I say shen, then you so shen
Shin,
education.
shin,
Ah,
communication.
shen baboli
Information.
shen
Shin,
Tribulation.
shen congregation
shin,
application
examination. Shin,
circulation.
Perception.
Aha.
shin,
Conception.
exaggeration. Shin,
Corruption.
So
shin.
we were doing this thing. Then someone said Aramation. I say, hey, hey, Aramation. Okay, so you let us end it there. Arami has got shin. Where did Arami got shin? And I didn't know. Yeah, so that's just by the way. Right. So we come to the models for more education. That's the mediums through which moral education was being taught. And we have three. We have the indoctrination model, we have the romanticist model, and the cognitivist structural model. So what are these indoctrination model? What is it about? So this indoctrination model requires that a prescribed set of values should be used to regulate the behavior of people in society. And this is where the various religious doctrines, their values are going to serve as the basics to be used in teaching people. So an example is religious morality or Christian moral values. They should be used as the basics to teach some behaviors. And this model requires moral dependency. That is, one needs to depend on others for a moral code to regulate his or her own behaviors. And indoctrination. So we tell you do this, so we tell you don't do that. We go to the chief priest. So, I want to do this. What do you think I should do? So it means that you are dependent on someone else to tell you, Mommy, I want to go and do this. What do you think I should do? I have seen a guy that I want to date. What do you think I should do? All of these things were part of the models they were doing. So that's where the heteronomy will come in. Mhm. This is where the heteronomy will come in. That external authorities are here to tell you that do this, don't do that, and anything moral is coming from the elderly people whom you stay with. And so this model does not encourage individuals to make their own autonomous decisions. So this one does not encourage autonomy, okay, or autonomous morality. It doesn't support that. So people should dictate. We need the clergy to tell us what we need to do. That's it. Then we have the romanticist model, and this one requires set of values to regulate the conduct of people in society, and it means that it promotes moral relativism, which means that what is morally accepted or acceptable to one person may not be something that is acceptable to someone else. That's a romanticism, romanticist model. And so, whereas one may believe in the monogamous, that getting married to one person, another person may also see it to be good when you get married to so many people. And so we experiencing that, and this model does not. So it encourages people to actually do what is also good, as we compare it to the first one, where you don't make any moral decision based on your own judgment or based on your own intuition. This one paves way for that. So the model encourages individuals to make their self decisions. That is the romanticist model. And we have the cognitivist model, which also requires the use of moral reasoning and decision-making process to determine what is right and what is wrong. So here you see that here we are going to attach some kind of rationality. You need to think. You think about the decision you are making or you are taking. Now you determine for yourself whether it is good or bad. I know the network is not helping us today. It's not helping you today, but then please bear with us. Try to manage. If you are doing other things that are draining that are disturbing your internet, please put a stop to it so that you can get a stabilized internet connection, or find a position and go and stay. It will help you. So like the previous one, it also encourages individuals to make their own autonomous decision, and as a result, the last two models require a sense of moral autonomy. Here, it means that if you don't know what you are doing, if you're not able to make some decisions on your own, you are going to fumble. And that takes us back to the characteristics of a morally educated person. That if you are saying that you are morally educated, you should be able to take some decisions, autonomous decisions, on your own without you depending on any external authority. That's what it means. And so we are now done with the unit 1, and let us jump quickly to look at the unit 2, some theories of moral development. And lucky enough, we have done this when we were talking about psychological perspectives in RME. We did most of them, and so let us be revising them. So the first person that we're supposed to look at is Sigmund Freud's theory, and we have him giving us the psychoanalytic theory. And the psychoanalytic theory, we saw that this theory was developed as a result of he looking at or reflecting on his childhood experience and coming up with a theory. And he said this behavior, or a human as a human is, has two parts. That's the conscious and the unconscious parts. There are things that we are aware of, that we are conscious of. There are certain behaviors we know we are aware of. There are some capabilities we are aware of. Then there are things that we are not aware of. So he equated that to the iceberg. So this is an iceberg. What I showed you the first time we were talking about the psychoanalytic theory, that what we see or what we are aware of, what is in our conscious is very small. It is the tiniest. And there are so many things within us that we have not been able to uncover them yet, but then they are deeply rooted in us. In times of trouble, all of these things surface, they come from the bottom, from the unconscious to inform our behaviors. So that's what we spoke about. And we spoke about the eight, the ego and the superego. And we saw that the eight is the animal part. The animal part that teaches us to seek pleasure. So it operates on the pleasure principle, and so many other issues we can talk about. Is the animal part. It's only want gratification. It only wants to be happy. That's what we discussed the last time. So these are the characteristics. And we came to talk about the ego, where we saw that the ego is a mediator between the superego and the it. And we told it operates on the relative principle. It is also the executive part of the human body. These are the things we spoke about in our previous meeting or in our previous lecture. So please do well to revise on them. I don't want to waste time on that. We also spoke about the ego defense mechanisms. That there are times things that will come from if we are not able to control our edges, and we now grow. When the superego and the ego comes in, they come in, they make it difficult and will be posing some threats and making things unpleasant for us. So the best thing we can do is just bring in some mechanisms to be able to control those bad experiences we've got them. So we have a number of them. We have discussed them. The displacement, we saw that when one is trying to direct the impulse, trying to divert it to get something good. So the redirection of an impulse onto a powerless substitute target. And we have a situation where you think something is bothering you, something is causing a problem. It's making you uncomfortable, but you cannot attack such a person. Then you now divert your attention and give it rather to someone else who you think you can handle. That is the displacement. So you displace your anger on someone else. Then sublimation. So this one takes place when we manage to displace our emotions into a constructive thing. But then here we tend it to become something good. Okay. Instead of going to cause havoc on another thing, here we try to use it in a positive way. So many great artists and musicians have become, they have had unhappy lives and they have using such medium to express themselves, and people go through that. One thing I have seen is mostly these artists, if you want to know what is happening in their lives, if you want to know what is happening in their lives, you need to listen to their songs, you need to listen to their utterances. And today, if you want to know what a person is going through, trust me, the best place you can get such information is through their WhatsApp status. Through their WhatsApp status. In fact, we go through a lot. All of us go through a lot, and at times you feel like, I don't know what to do. The best thing I can do is to just divert my anger into something else. And people sell whatever they are going through. They tell people whatever they are going through their WhatsApp status. So if you want to know what a person is experiencing, if you really have time, you just take your time to just follow their WhatsApp status. You'll be able to get them on that. So please let us be mindful of what we put on our WhatsApp status. Some people just post some make beliefs. Say, hey, I am this, I am doing that, I am doing that. And people at the end of the day, also some people get robbed when they post some of these things. So there was an instance where the couple posted on their status that they were going for holidays with their family members. And that's with the family. Not knowing that there was this armed robbery gang that had monitored them for so long. So upon hearing that they weren't going to be around for some time, they only came when the couple and their children had left. They came. When they returned, everything was gone. WhatsApp status were meant to help in businesses, in conducting businesses. So recently I've discovered that no, for me, I want to use my WhatsApp status to sell data boundary. Data bundles. So it's very good. But people use their WhatsApp status to tell the public what they are going through. So you'll be there, someone will call you, oh, so how is it going? Then you ask yourself, but how did this person get to know about my rounds? Why is this person telling me this? It's like you have sold it yourself. So please let us be mindful of whatever we are going through. So for sublimation, people turn some of these bad behaviors. They turn bad behaviors into something the public wants. So sport is another example of putting our emotions into something constructive. So if you know you are a bully, you can do something right for yourself. We also have repression, and Sigmund Freud gives us ways that we can repress some of these painful behaviors. We can push them from the conscious and push them somewhere if we think they are hunting us. We also have regression. Regression. And all of these are the mechanisms we can use to now put up some of these painful experiences from our conscious and enjoy life. If you don't push some of these things away, you are likely to get your blood pressure rising and other things. And so aside the cause itself, we need to find a way. It's not always the case that you just stay indoor, do other things. Try to go and make some reconciliation. It also call your attention to go seek counselors help. So last time I was sharing with you, when if it's not this class, I was sharing with one of the classes that I teach. When I booked for counseling, I was going through something, and I was able to overcome it. So I even forgot. I was there when UCC counseling center called me. That hey, sir, they say, my guy, aren't you the one who called us that you have a problem that you want to share with the counselor? I say, oh, sorry, I have been able to overcome it. So who watches the watchman? Who cancels the counselor? So I didn't go. So through all of these things, you are able to, at the end of the day, give some guidance to your people. There will be a time where students will come to class and you see that this student is very down. What is the student going through? You draw closer to your student and you discover that the student might have been going through something. You use some of these caveats to be able to guide them. It's very important. All right, so we have another mechanism to the compensation, and it is that effort one makes to try to cover for his weaknesses. And we have those who are not beautiful. Of course, beauty is a value. Beauty is a value. So you need to appear so beautiful to your husband and to you. You need to appear handsome to your wife. But the handsome we have been talking about is different from the one we have been talking about. So if you are a man and you have money, this is the meaning. Please, are you listening to me?
Yes,
If you are a man, and you don't have money, you don't have some. You don't have some. But then if you are a man and you have money, even if you are not nice, but you have money, you are handsome. So it means a hand that has some. The sum here means you have money. So handsome. That is, it's not. So you need to work. If you're a man, you need to work. Handsome. Yes, a man that has some. Let's say handsome. And the man hand has some. The man and then so will be. You need to work. You need to work. Very important. So people will just be giving themselves makeups. Hey, some people when they dress and you see them, I don't know where they are taking such things. Makeups buying, makeups. So they do makeups to cover some weaknesses. Maybe there are some dark spots on the faces. They do makeups. But for men, I doubt if men also should start. Men do makeups. They don't do makeups. But then to be high time, men also start doing some makeups.
light one be.
Yeah, some light one be. So we do makeups. But please, I'll entreat all of you that after here, okay, so please turn on your cameras. We want to see our faces. Everybody show your face. Everybody show your face before I say something. In fact, especially the ladies. Now. If you are in a washroom, please. If you are in a washroom, there we are begging you, don't show. And all of you are not in the washroom. Tina, we want to see you. Madam Stella, I want to see you. Madam Essinam, Madam Betman. Hey, sorry, Madam.
I'm baffing.
Hey! Who is baffing? Hey, so you are the winner. Okay, so we see Madam Stella. We see Madam Stella. Okay. So family, We all see Madam Stella, right? Madam Stella, we have seen you. We have seen you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you are beautiful. Now, oh, Madam Pina. What is Madam Pina? Charity. Okay, so we are giving you 2 minutes. By now, you are done with the urinating. You are done. You are done. Charity, we want to see you. Where is? Okay, so I have seen you. Okay, so you in fact, Louise, if you should do Louise, if you do makeup, you will not be nice. I'm telling you. Madam Essingham, okay. You see, we are doing comfort. Where is she? Comfort. We want to see you. Oh, okay. So, Madam Charity, Madam Charity has seen you. Comfort, okay. You see, in my 10 years of staying on campus here, I have seen that the faces or the people who come to do the coursework are different from those who come for graduation.
That created human beings.
It's not easy. So you see, those who are here today, trust me, you will see different people when they come and when they come for graduation. And graduation is this 17th December. 17th December to 19th, yes.
That's like seriously?
Oh, yes. That is, so please start preparing towards that. Today is 19th. So 2 months from today, we should be done with graduation, UCC. 17th to 19th December is when we'll be doing that graduation. So in case you don't know, please be preparing for that. And you are part. Provided you don't have any IC, you have not trailed any of the courses, you will be graduating this December, God willing. Right. This information is priceless. Yeah, so those who come for those who come for graduation are different from those we usually teach. Oh, we hardly come. We hardly attend for that. You'll be there and say, even your classmates will just be bypassing you, say, unless you know the person very well, then they will say, are you not Charity? Say, hey, oh, are you also not Comfort? Oh, I see. I have seen. The Pina didn't come home. They said, oh, Pina. I saw someone like Pina. I saw this teacher like Pina. Let us call. They call Pina. Pina said, oh, I have come home. Oh, I'm just seated in front of the congregation. They say, oh my God. People have, in fact, it's not easy. Madam Stella, so please, when you come, ensure that your batteries are strong enough. Okay, so people do some of these things, compensation. They think they are not nice, but that's you need to try to look good. But don't change to the extent that we are not able to see you. We will be seeing you and we'll be passing like we don't know you. Even your classmates will find very difficult to identify you. Why? Because of why. In fact, change. The one saying will not come for the program, will not come for the graduation. Please change. It's not good. You need to come. Look, if you look at the stress you are going through, can you just imagine for a whole year, you've not had some better time for yourself. Every day we are just sitting on your neck. It's either you are attending lectures or you are doing that. So please don't say that you're not come. Come. Please come. All of you should come. Do well to come. When you come, if you come, you don't come, you go pay the money. You need to come. Look at the stress you're going through. 7 a.m. Some at times we close at 9:30. Hey. Okay. So that being said, let us now continue to look at look at Jean Piaget's theory. So please, you're going to do that, and of course, the educational implications are very important. The educational implications are very important. Don't forget them. One thing that we have not done, but I spoke about it a bit when we were talking about when we were doing Lawrence Kohlbeck. When we were doing Lawrence Kohlbeck's theory, that was when I spoke about it a bit. And then aside that, we have not looked at his work. And so let us look at his theory of moral development. Good. So here we go. Now we are looking at another person by name Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget, he was a French philosopher who also studied, so he also studied children and was able to put people into different categories. So his theory too was about moral development. And for him, he contends that children's ability to reason about moral issues is linked to their ability to think in general. Of course, if you are not able to think, it will be very difficult for you to decipher or to think about moral issues. So he argues that thinking develops in stages and that older children tend to show morality, maturity in their moral reasoning and judgment. And so he also adapted a methodological approach to study the people. And here, he is one of the scholars who used games. He used games in the form of marble and stories to determine how children perceive whether an action is right or how they perceive moral issues. And so he did that. He used these two approaches to enable him determine the degree to which children can reason about moral issues. And so we shall see that to determine children's perception of morality, we told Jean Piaget made the children play a game, a marble game, or game of marbles, and he asked them series of questions about the game. But one thing he observed that as children play games, as they are, they tend to see that they are losing in the games, then they will try to be making some adjustments. So he expected that the children tell him about the sources of the rules governing the game, and also if those rules could be changed occasionally to suit them. And in the game, he discovered that the children themselves, they create the rules. They create the rules and enforce their own rules without the influence of adults. So it's like we are playing Owari, or we are playing Pilulu, Is there anyone here who played Pilolo before? You know Pilolo in the first place?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Shabuana say.
If you didn't play some, but the DB, like the Comforts, the Penis, the Louise, the Batman, for them, I'm sure they didn't play. Like the Madame Essinam, they didn't play some of this Pilulu. But I'm still
Say me play Papa Pilolo. Shabuana say.
Someone just said it. So what was it about?
Popo, yeah.
Hey, Pope, what is Popo you are here to? So it means you have different.
So it means that others will go and hide. Then you will be at a point. Then you begin to shout Pilolo. If you see someone, you catch him or her.
And what time were you playing that? Were you playing that game?
In the evening. In the evening by 5:36, if you don't get home, the way they'll beat you. So by 5 you close.
Oh, I see.
But some do it late. Abi, you understand?
Madam Charity, you were part of those who were playing at night. I've got you. There is no doubt. Madam Pina, what time were you doing yours?
6
p.m.
6 p.m.
Hey,
Senator Niho. Osramoni Pia.
Oh my God.
She has said it when the moon shines. That time.
Yeah, baby, space you.
But please look at your leg or look at your feet. Is there any marks? Is there any mark there?
There any mark? Plenty scars.
So you have scars. You have marks there. These are the profits of that games you played. Hey, I remember. Hey, this game, in fact, it is mostly played in the village. Not knowing that this person had hanged a new rope. Every day we have been passing that side, but we didn't know. And unfortunately, the rope too was wire, like the proper wire, like bending wire. And we didn't know. I think it was started from either car tie or something of that nature. Yes. Hello. Chaskele, you played Chaskele to write. Oh wow, I see. So games. Where? So the story I was telling you, this guy didn't know that there was a new rope there. Come and see, was running and he got hanged on the neck. Hey. Even to date, whenever I remember such an incident, I say, wow, God, you are so powerful. It almost caught the neck because of the speed. There are instances where you just be running, you be just chesting and heading trees because you are running. You are trying to go and stay in that circle. It's very nice. It's very nice. And All of these things help us. They helped us. And here we are today. Today we cannot go and play sad games. Or we should be meeting and play sad games. Pilulu. So we shall do Pilulu after you are done with your when you are done with your exams, we shall need to do Pilulu. Grown-ups like us doing Pilulu. Okay, so Jean Piaget used games to do that, and he expected the children to tell him about the sources of the rules governing that, and I have said that. And since the games, since in the game of marble, children create and enforce some of these things, he used the approach so that he could determine the degree to which one's age could influence one's moral reasoning and judgment, and he was able to do that. And you'll be surprised to know that as time goes by, the children were trying to make some amendments in the rules. So his primary aim was to develop an insight into how children understand some basic concepts, such as rules, wrong deeds, and justice and punishment. So he used that as a medium. And from the game, he found out that children who were between 0 to 7 years tend to believe that rules of a game are formulated by older people. Okay, so is it that you cannot hear me or your network is worrying you? So Isa, can you hear now? If you cannot, then exit and rejoin. So for children who were, so for 0, are they able to talk? These are the things we need to. So if we are supposed to be criticizing 0 to 7 years, he said, oh, these rules in games we see are formulated by adults. That's why we said heteronomous morals that or rules that are derived from the external authorities or adults whom we are living with. So the rules, according to 0 to 7 years, are made by adults, and that those rules are not able to change. You cannot change them. You cannot change them. And so the children here considered the rules of the game as fixed and external laws because they came from people who are in authority. That is why when I was explaining the Lawrence Kobeck theory, the punishment reward orientation and the nice boy, good girl, good boy, nice girl orientation. So this explains it. I want to be called a good person, a good boy, to be able to receive some rewards. So he also found that children who were between 10 and more were strongly aware that rules of a game or of games or rules in general are created by children themselves or created. We are talking about autonomy. And the rules can be changed on the condition that all the players agreed. So if you see that the rules are not favoring all of you and you want to change it, you can easily do that without we question anyone. So that the older children amongst them understood that the rules were established to just ensure that there was peace and fair play. So if we have made the rules ourselves and we think the rules are now pressing our necks, why don't we change them? Why don't we change the rules? So the unstructured interview revealed that younger children adhere strictly to rules while older ones do not. This implies that the younger a child is, the lower his moral reasoning and vice versa. So as one grows, you see that the way people are reasoning, the person is reasoning is becoming high. So if you have a child and you see that the child is still thinking about the old things, behaving like the person is still a child, then you need to find a help for the person. You need to find a help for the person. So we said he used stories and games, right? Now we have seen how the games were used. Now, when you come to the stories, we told that Piaget used some pair of stories, dilemma, and dilemma has two sides. It's either you choose either here or there. Is it good or bad? Then you choose dilemma. So he used it to determine children's perception about morality, and he told the children stories in which certain bad indicators, incidents happened, and the children had to determine whether the actions were right or wrong. And in the first pair of stories, he used John, whom he said this John sports 15 glasses, glasses that were used for drinking. And he didn't intentionally do that. So the cups were lying down. So they were lying behind the door when he didn't know. He opened, and all of a sudden, the 15 glasses fell and they got broken. He also spoke about Henry. You see, this is the other side of the story. Henry destroyed a cup, only one cup, which contains some jam. And when he attempted to steal the jam from where it was being kept. So you see, this person is aware. So looking at the person who has destroyed 15 cups and the one who has destroyed cup, who is supposed to be punished? Who is supposed to be punished? Will you say that the person has destroyed 15 cups and so the person should be punished? Or the second person has just stolen, was trying to steal, and now has destroyed the cup, and so he should be punished. Of course, God days, some of us were stealing from our mother's pots, and there are some skates. There are some skates where recently you see that they will try to go and steal from their mother's pot. As they are trying to steal from their mother's pot, then they will cry like a cat. And when I see such skates, I tend to laugh so much. That is an advanced form of stealing from soup. So you at the end of the day say that it is the cat who stole from that. Now, in the second story, we told little Maria decided to surprise her mother with a piece of clothes. She had just learned how to sew, and she used a pair of scissors, and in the process of doing that, so in the process of preparing or trying to put the garments together for the mother, she created some holes unintentionally in there, and now let's say the one who was involved will be angry. Now we consider the other person, let's say Margaret, who also had been cautioned not to use scissors at all, but she went for it, and in the absence of her parents, she did not know how to use it and created small hole in her dress. Now, when you consider all of these stories, which of them do you think needs to be punished much? And so based on the responses, he was able, that Jean Piaget was able to put them into the categories. So he was interested in the reason people or the children will give to the explanation why they did such things. You see, so just like Lawrence Kobeck, he was also interested in the reasons people give to support their actions. That you stole because were you hungry or there is something. And so from the responses they gave, Piaget came up with different levels of moral reasoning, and we shall see them as we progress. And when asked to identify the naughtier child in the two stories, The younger children amongst them were those between 5 and 10 years. And he said the younger children amongst them, that's let me see something here. So they indicated that John and Mary were the naughtiest because they had destroyed 15 and created large holes in there. So here they were only interested in looking at the number of objects destroyed. And so here, in case we want to bring it to ethics, we talk about utilitarianism. Utilitarianism, that's looking at the number, that's the usefulness of the phenomenon or the concept to a huge number of people. So destroying 15 calves and creating a large hole when you didn't intentionally or when you didn't intend doing that thing is what the people considered to be wrong. Okay, so they saw that to be wrong. That's from 5 to 10 years. Children between 5 to 10 years ago, they deserve to be punished. On the other hand, the older ones, that's those who are above 10 years, considered Henry and Margaret as the naughtiest people because both of them had knowingly and willingly attempted to do what they were asked to do. They were asked not to do. They did evil. So, like in the Garden of Eden, where we told Adam and Eve were asked not to eat the forbidden tree, they knew it. And so if one was supposed to be punished, the woman was supposed to have received the punishment. This is a grown-up mind. Because we've told you, don't do it. And that's how those who were above 10 years were also saying that you have been told that don't touch it, don't touch scissors, don't pick or don't touch this jam. But out of disrespect, you have done that, and look at the end results. And so regarding those who were to be punished, the younger children indicated that John, who destroyed 15 calves, and Mary, who also created a large hole, should be punished. These people should be punished because of the nature or the magnitude of the crime they had committed. On the contrary, the older ones also pointed that Henry and Margaret should be punished for that regard because of they disrespecting the authorities. And so on the issue of collective punishment of all those concerned, the older children indicated that it would be wrong to do so, arguing that punishment should always fit a given crime. That is, no one could be punished for no wrong done and does not call for any punishment. What do you also think? What do you also think? So you have been asked not to do this and you have done it. And this is why if care is not taken, one of you will not graduate. If care is not taken, one of you will not graduate. And I'm just imagining that if you don't come for lectures and you trailed, when are you going to write how do you call it? When are you going to write the receipt? Then it means that your graduation will be pushed to the following year. So come for lectures, you say you not come. And as I am here, I am taking note of those who are here. I know 8 of you, you are 9, 8 are here. Minus myself and my slide, we are 2. So 10. Now currently we are 10 and you are 9. So one person is not here. And that person, you should advise the person. If the person does not show up in the next meeting, if anything happens, don't blame anyone here. When you absent yourself for 3 times in a lecture, you're not supposed to be allowed to take any exams. And you see, by the close of today's lecture, it means that we have 8 hours. If you absent yourself for 9 hours continuously from lectures, you are not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to write exams. So please advise her, the coursework. Let us be advising her.
Sir, please, we did that. She said she cannot avoid going to church. So she will go to church. We should go for our lectures. So if she can listen to this audio, fine. She'll hear all that you are saying, but without that, we are not going to say anything because we are the devil.
Okay. Sorry for that inconvenience. I understand it. I understand. You're not devil, Madam Essina. You're not devil. You're not devils. But it's
that man, a pastor is even not here. A pastor is here.
You see, I've been telling you, there is more sleep after death. There is more sleep after death. Right after here, you can go to church from Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday. We don't care. Okay, so for the older ones, they said, hey, based on the severity of the punishment, or based on the number of offenses created, these people should get this punishment based on the disobedience people or the students or the children might have made. They should also be punished in that regard. So that's it. So it is termed in RME as principle of reciprocity. Reciprocity. We hear respect is reciprocal. That is based on the punishment, based on what you have done, you should get the equivalent of that punishment. Based on your offense, you should get that punishment. So we say eye for eye and a tooth for a tooth. You remove someone's teeth, they should also catch you and remove your teeth. They shouldn't remove your tooth. That is what we refer to here. But at times there are accidents. People don't intentionally engage themselves in such behaviors. And do you blame them for that? So that is the principle of reciprocity, that you give, you get what you give. But then that's what some scholars also question, that can you also give the punishment that the person warrants? Is it possible that you may give under punishment or you may give over punishment? So that is it for us. So based on what we have seen, Jean Piaget gives us the stages of moral development, and we have the abnormality, the amoral, we have the anonymity, amoral, or amorality. That's that. And at this stage, we see from birth to 8, this time when they are chewing their mother's breast, they don't care. When they are biting you, they don't care. They don't know anything moral. And it's not only children. We have animals, we have mad people. So all these mad persons that you see around, when you see that the person is coming to harm you, please run for your life. You don't stand and say, you come and do it. You just hit me. When you hit me, I'll report you. They send a person to the police station and they tell you, but this person is selling that. The person does not know anything, does not know anything. So they don't know, for them, they are neutral. They don't know whether the action is wrong or right. Anything moral is not their concern. So the moral stage starts from birth to 4 years, and children within this stage do not understand what rules really are. And so they are not able to make any moral judgment, and they don't also know when they break moral rules. So that's why you tell your toddler that, my baby boy, I don't want you to be pooping into this diapers or pampers. What do you call pampers? I don't want you to poop into these diapers because this is the only diaper I have around, and I don't want you to soil it for me. So please don't do it. Now they will do it and they will start laughing. Ha ha. The moment they say, "Oh baby, my baby, you," then they will just be laughing, because don't forget the psychosocial theory. Sorry, the psychosexual theory explains it for us. Okay, they'll be laughing. They don't know whatever they have done, and the age too is high. It explains it. So they don't know. They don't know that mommy doesn't have money. Let me hold myself till mommy gets something, and they just ease it like that. And when you force them, they will either cry or they'll be laughing at you. So they are immoral and they are moral. Of course, we have animals too that don't know that this action is good or bad. And if you don't take care, they can bite you and there's nothing that can be done to them. Rabies is around. For example, a dog. When you see that the dog is barking, please find a place to stand. Get a stone and throw at it. But then, if you're not so fortunate enough and you meet these bulldogs, for them, most of them are not afraid of stones and other things. It will only take the intervention of their owners. And if you are lucky enough to get a savior, as at that time, we also have cow, the cattle. When they are very angry and they intend harming you, please find a place to run to. Find something to protect yourself, because when they attack you, there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot send them to prisons. Their owners will only come and maybe compensate you for allowing their animals to just gallimant and to come and cause harm. But your life is more important than that money. So we have that. Let us be mindful of them. Now we have heteronomous. So the second stage is what he referred to as the heteronomous morality. And he referred to the morality of younger children between 5 and 10 years as heteronomous, and children at this stage have an egocentric conception of rules. Ego, so self, then centered, so self-centered rules. They are saying that it is the authorities who are making the rules. And so they will, by all means, try to obey the rules to be able to please them. And we saw that from the game of the marbles, that rules in games are made by authorities. And because they are made by the authorities, they need to be regarded. They need to be respected. No matter how pressing they are, you need to obey them. And so they do what is laid down because they want to avoid punishment, or they want to rather obtain rewards in the form of praises, in the form of gifts, in a form of giving them some opportunities because they've engaged in some of, so it may be kind, giving them the gift in kind. So these are all the rules, and there are different ways of also giving punishment. Now that we are not caning, what are the modern ways we can punish our students? Let us mention some of them. When they disobey rules, what are some of the modern ways, some of the alternative ways we can use to punish people? Am I with you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So I've asked the question. So what are some of the alternative ways we can punish? Aside caning in schools, what are some of the ways we can punish our students?
Sir, by writing in a full exercise book.
Okay, I see. So you see that one to be a punishment. Is that a punishment?
Yes. With a limited time.
Okay, so you time them. Okay. What else? Oh, my teachers. I'm learning from you. Yes, sir.
What I used to do is that when I'm in Form 3 class and a student misbehaves, I will let the person goes to Form 1 class and go and tell the class prefect that he or she should allow you to sit just on the floor in front of the classroom for 10 minutes, and after that you come back to the class. So when you do something to them, they feel ashamed in front of the students. So they try to comport themselves.
Okay, I see. What else? So that one alone. So that one alone will discourage people, right? Oh, who else? Please talk, please talk, please talk.
Sir,
Yes.
sometimes I will ask you to stand on the corridor and wait for some hours.
Wow.
I said that we shouldn't get, so you wait for us or this is why I say you can go to class. I will be with you on the veranda for you to be waiting.
Wow. Wow, I see. So you see, we have different ways we can still exercise our authority in class. That's very good. So waving, now asking your students to go to the the lower class to go and sit there is good. But with that, with that going to the lower class, wouldn't one way or the other deny the person of learning something? Or the person is just going to do some revision over there? So, man, have you considered that one? That maybe you are teaching them something new, a new concept, and you are asking the student to go down there to go and mingle with the colleagues or with the juniors there.
The issue is that when the person goes there for that few minutes, the person will mix That's part of the lesson, and it will serve as a deterrent to others, that if you joke and you go, the concept that I'm teaching, you will not be able to grab it. So when I started that one, you do 1, 2, 3, and nobody misbehaves. So it was able to keep that in discipline in the class at certain times. That's why I did that way.
But that is what I am also considering as is it not going to also be a form of denying the child? Maybe you see you are teaching a new concept, and you are asking, well, so you are the teachers, and for me, I see that to be maybe find a different way to maybe let the person be in the class. Or what do you think? Let the student be in the class with you, so that no matter what the punishment, the students will learn that. In my college, we were doing presentation and was scoring. And our student said, I saw that they were going out, not knowing that they didn't go for devotion. And I said, hey, I said, one of the dean is calling me. Then I got agitated. I said, hey, my friend, if you like, you go. You get an IC. My friend, come and stand there. He was presenting and telling me that he was leaving his group to attend to the punishment. So then I asked him to wait. When he was done, then I asked him to go. So why do you do that? Although it's a form of punishment, but where they are going to write their final exams and you are doing such a thing, I don't think it will be beneficial. It will be beneficial. So Isa, I saw your hand up.
Yes, sir. I think sometimes you make the student to be an academic prisoner. Academic prisoner in that the police will be there and the fellow will be hanging around the window outside, and then the fellow, you'll be watching the fellow while the fellow is also listening to your listen. Just especially when the fellow is making noise. Alternatively, you pick the fellow from where the fellow is sitting, ask him not to sit there, and change him the seat. Where the fellow refuses, you let the fellow sit on the floor as a way of trying to control this thing. The child will not miss any lesson. He will be there and so on. So these are some of the methods you use in order to be able to control them. Thank you.
Oh, okay. That's good. Madam Tina.
Say, sometimes when
yes, ma'am.
when a student is misbehaving in the class, I will ask him or her to go and stand at the back of the class with his or her mouth open. If I see that the mouth is closed, then he or he is worsening his or her case. You should open the mouth. So
James, cholera.
yes, so you open your mouth because you are disturbing the class with your mouth. So just stand there, open your mouth wide. I'm watching you as I'm teaching. So that is what I sometimes does when a student misbehaves in the class. I will not ask you to go out. You are part of the class.
Wow. Wow. So what? Hey. Well, I see. And when you do that, what is the outcome?
He or she will be alert because when the mouth is closed, trouble for him or her. So he will pay attention in the class. I have tried it several times and it is working for me.
Wow, I see. So, madam, open your mouth. Okay, that's amazing. Unfortunately, if a housefly is passing by, then it's up to you whether you close or you just open for them house fly to enter. So if you don't want to experience that, then my friend, close your mouth, close it to close your mouth. Okay, that's good. Right, so punishment needs to be given out, and so we can deny them certain opportunities. We can give them some punishments like go and scrap the gutter after here, go and uproot a tree.
When I said in class, if I see you talking, open your mouth.
Yeah, so in class, you let them open their mouth. But I'm doubting if that one wouldn't also be serving as a distractor to other students. You see, the students will be laughing at the fellow because they think the fellow is misbehaving, and that one will spoil things there. All right, so Jean Piaget called the last stage as autonomous morality. And here he said those around the age 10 and above were fallen under that category. They were fallen under that stage. That's autonomy. So self, auto means self, then nomi means freedom. So at this stage, the individual is empowered to take autonomous decision without an external influence. So that's why you hear when you've grown living behind your thinking capabilities. The way you think, you think like a fool. So these are some of the things, and this is a type of morality that is derived from one's own conscience. So you see, you have the conscience, the inner feelings, that inner voice. How do you feel when you go contrary to what you think you should have done? So people learn morality from that angle. Right. So that being said, it means that we are done with Jean Piaget. Now, how does his theory help us to be able to perform our duties as a teacher, as teachers, sorry? How does it help us to help in our quest of impacting knowledge? In handling issues concerning the wrongdoing of children, it is important for the teacher to consider not only their actions, but also the intentions for their actions. So teachers, it is not always the case that we will be interested in punishing them. Let us go. Let us try to find out from them. Why did you do this? Why did you do what you have done? So be interested in the intentions. Maybe in the mind of the person or the fellow, the person is doing it to help someone, but it might have ended in a wrong direction. In that regards, what are you doing? Will you still punish the person? Maybe the punishment you give will be reduced. And so we always need to try to know why our learners have done what they have done. And that may give you a perspective that when people find themselves in a kind of situation, they behave in a specific way. So the teacher should teach his children to respect those in authority. So as teachers with this knowledge, and we also coming from the autonomous point of view, the heteronomous point of view, we will be able to tell them respect authority, respect those who are having authority over you. So children must be taught how they should behave in order that they can win the approval and attention of adults. Then third point, the teachers should always consider the individual differences among their students and design appropriate teaching and learning tasks and resources to meet the developmental needs of their students. Then teachers to, within this theory, it will help you to assign tasks that can promote critical thinking among your students or among the children you are teaching. Then tasks assigned or designed should lead to moral development of the children. But if in case you want to give them something, whatever you are teaching them should aim at, or whatever task you are giving them should aim at developing the children in that regard. Then the content selected must also reflect the cultural background of the child. I conducted a study with my bosses when I when I was doing my PhD first year, 2 years ago. That was when multicultural teaching competencies. And I saw that as teachers, when we are able to meet the cultural needs, when we are able to present the cultural undertone of all the various various cultures we have in the country or represented in the classroom, when we present that, the children or the students feel at ease, they feel belonged, to be able to now relate and contribute massively to the lessons. They are able to contribute in that regard. And so it is very important that we present content. The content you are teaching should reflect the cultural background of your students. Will you be able to present the content in my culture so that it will reflect how I go about my things? Teachers not doing some of these things pave way for students to trail. It paves way for students to trail in the exam because they think they are not regarded. They are not important. Meanwhile, they are stakeholders. They are there. They are the reasons you are in the school. Without them, you are nobody. It's like a woman goes to the market, say that I'm going to sell condo. If someone who eats banku does not come to you, you are wasting your time there. You are useless over there. And so our students are very important. I'm not saying you are important, and so when you are not doing what is expected of you, I should just look at you to do what wouldn't help you. That's why you see that at times lecturers and teachers will be talking. So they are very important. Last point is saying that teachers should explain to the child how and why they should respect the rights of other people. So we need to be explaining some of these things. It is not always the case that we are giving them content. As part of the content and preparing them for exams, we also need to ensure the change in behavior. That's why some time ago I was telling you that it will be prudent. We will not prioritize or emphasize much more on examination, like pass your exams and go your way. It shouldn't be that shouldn't be the case. We should rather see a change in behavior. We should be interested in change in behavior as well. I think that should be the right word. We should see that there is a change in behavior. We should be able to develop patriotic citizens who will be able to carry the country on their shoulders. No matter the situation they find themselves, they will find themselves. We need to be doing those things. When you don't do that, it is not going to help the nation. Okay, so you please glance through the criticisms leveled against the theory. In that you get the strengths and the weaknesses of the theory. Now we move straight ahead to talk about social learning theory by Bahus F. Skinner. That's B.F. Skinner. And he is the one who supported, he has also given us this theory. And we did that, I think we spoke about this theory in a different dimension when we were talking about, when we were discussing psychological perspectives. Okay, just last semester, last block, only the last block. So for him, he is assumed, so he assumed that acquiring a conscience depends on the amount and time of training that a child receives than it does on the child's age and the level, so or level of maturity. So here, the period we use to train people matters more than the age or the level that the person has matured. And so Skinner is regarded as the greatest exponent of social or behavioral learning theory. And his theory came in to actually buttress that of the psychoanalytic theory by Sigmund Freud, because he claims it is built on hypothetical structures. That's his theory, or Skinner saw this theory to be better than that of Sigmund Freud's theory. That's just a mere speculation. There is no factual data to support it. And so let us describe Skinner's research. So he contends that behavior can be modified or changed through the use of reinforcement, such as rewards, punishment, and modeling. That's what he contended. That's what he discovered. And he was interested in changing behavior through conditioning. And conditioning here, we have seen that it is not education. It's a form of you telling people that do this. When I say do this, you say that you do that. When I say don't do that, you don't do that. So Skinner explains that acquisition of moral behavior so he explained that, then he said positive reinforcement and rewards is one of the ways people can acquire moral behavior. Then punishment or threat of it, as well as modeling or imitation. So imitating, the people are imitating you. That's where the role model comes in, role model and mentor issue comes in. That people are looking at you and learning from you indirectly. I remember my boss did something and I went to him and said, boss, what you have done, in fact, we are very grateful because you have mentored us and mentored us and mentored us in all things. And this is the greatest of all. And I saw that he was very happy. So we are imitating you. We are just looking at you. If you see that a good behavior needs to be kept, if you see the behavior is good and it needs to be kept, why don't you move straight away to do that, to support such behaviors? That's where the reinforcement and the rewards come in. Then where the person misbehaves, you give it to the person, the punishment. And that's why you see that for more educated people, they are always principled, because we know that punishment, we know what punishment can do, we know what praises can do, then we know what our behaviors can also do. I was surprised to know that when I went to some time ago, I went to my department and I was told they are having an interview. Young guys. are all joining the department to do their PhDs. And I knew they had learned from the steps some of us have taken. Okay, it is so admirable for you to see young guys doing such things, but it comes with sacrifices. So they were all invited. I was there, and my bosses were telling me, okay, so people were applying for PhDs, and so they had to do some by force interviews just to sieve or just to do some selection. I say, wow. So it tells you that some of us, the steps we took has pushed some people. I told you yesterday that I was the youngest among my mates. I was the youngest. And some, you could see that they have already they are done giving birth, but they are all PhD candidates. Yes. So the people are imitating us. They are imitating you. You as teachers, people are imitating you. How do you dress? How do you talk? How do you handle problems when they come up? How do you lead? All of these things are being learned from you. So imitation is one of the ways B.F. Skinner advocates that we can use to teach morality. You are a signboard. As a signboard, you cannot be leading people. You cannot always be leading people to direction. You cannot always be directing people to wherever they want to go. Don't just be a signboard that, oh, come, go, let's go to Nogopo. Let's go to this place. Let's go to this place. Let's go to this bar and go and get boost. You cannot be directing them, but then you, whether rain or shine, you'll still be there. Then you say, for me, I am a bit tampe. Nothing happens to me. I don't care. People are looking up to you. So please, exhibit good behaviors. Do you run away from school when you are supposed to? Do you play sick? That, oh, I am sick, so I'm going home. The people you are teaching, they are learning from you. That's why I said it yesterday about the divorce issue, that if you are a teacher and you are divorced, you should, your job should be taken from you. But I think Seisa also came in and said the money should be reduced because your responsibility is not all that huge. Your responsibility allowance should be reduced, and by so doing, we'll be able to curb a problem. And that divorce issue, we are still talking about that. We are waiting for Madam Comfort to become Esquire, so that we can now talk about that issue properly. She can take it up to the court for it to be debated out. Madam Essinam.
Yes, sir. Please, I would like to understand this. If a lady teacher's husband is cheating on her with a student, what about that? Always the lady teacher is frustrated. How do we go about that as lady teachers? Thank you.
So you are a teacher, you are a teacher lady, right? And your husband is teaching with a student. Your husband is cheating with your student.
It's cheating.
This one, unless I give it to the entire court, So councils, council members, what do you think? What should you do?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Say, sir.
I think, yeah, first and foremost, you try to look at the type of money you are having and decide, check yourself and see what are you not doing right and try to correct it. Sometimes you needed to support him with prayers because some do those things not because they want to do it, but because they are under spiritual attack. Whether we like it or not, spiritual attacks are there. Then decides to communicate to the man. There's what we call sex for punishment. Let the man come, bring him down, let him know. Naked yourself and ask him that which part of your body is not good, that he is going with this particular. You do those particular things and put sense to the man. If only you are giving him, if you are the nagging type, definitely you would sack your men from the house. If you are not the nagging type and you think that you are doing things right, support him with prayer and alongside try to do what is right and constantly monitor his movement. Don't fight. If you fight, you will worsen the case because you may leave that one and go to some place again. Because if you don't take time, you also spoil the job. And at the end of the day, the burden will still come on to you. So I think when you speak sense to him, you would bring him back. Thank you very much.
All right. Who else? Sir Batman, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought you are gone.
Oh, I'm there.
Madam Stella. Madam Comfort, I hope you heard the question before. Yeah, I hope you heard the question before.
Yes, I heard it, and my
Madam Stella, we are listening to you.
okay. So a friend of mine, a colleague teacher, that was during our service time. She was going through this situation as Madam Esinam has asked, and now they are not there. I don't know if it's a divorce or the guy was beating my friend um, because she noticed that, or she finds out that she was cheating with his student, the husband's student. The husband was teaching at a secondary school, and the wife is in the basic school. But when she found out that this is happening, okay, I don't know. The guy started beating her, and now they are not there.
I see. So, what should be done?
Anytime she talks about that, the guy gets angry, and he will start making some comparison, all because of barrenness. Let me put that. Yeah, barrenness, that she's not giving birth, and the students are even more beautiful than her. All sorts of oh.
So, what was the past life of your colleague?
Oh, now she's okay. She's fine.
I said, what
She's
was the
she's
past life of your colleague? Did you try to ask her whether she didn't engage in any activity, any act that could have resulted?
no. The only thing she does was when was the time that we were writing a licentiate. So in the evening, we'll go to the school to learn. But then the husband was saying that she's lying. She has been moving to a man's place. Even our headmaster is having an affair with him, all because of it was a whole lot.
Okay. So this is my take on it. Or is there any other person's take? Any other person want to talk about it? That you are a teacher and you are now you are a female teacher in a school, and it happens that your husband is dating your student. Right. So Saisa has said part of it. You need to be talking. You need to be talking to your husband. But the talking is not just mere talking to your husband about it. Maybe you have been starving, when you starve your husband and now he goes out. The fault becomes critical. You are the cause of it. Try to find a way to make your husband happy. Now, if you happen to know the student in question, can you confront the student? You are an authority. Can you confront the student one-on-one? Bring the person closer to you. Tell the person that this and that what I'm going through. Try to use rationality. Talk to the person. If you talk to the person and the student now understands the implication of whatever the person is doing, the person will now become conscious of it. And now, when your husband comes or try to call the person will be careful. Maybe it is money that your husband is giving to such a student. You see, these days in our era, money has become a burden. So where your husband is providing the needs of the student, that is why maybe the student is not able to isolate or take off. You approach the person and you let the student understand that this is what I have seen. And I know that probably this is what you're going through. If you, the teacher, the female teacher, if you think it's because of money, that is why your husband is doing that. Why don't you set him, talk to the person, now agree, find out from the reason why the student is doing that. If it is money issue, you choose to support. It is not your responsibility and your duty to do that. If you put in all these measures, maybe in a month, I'll give you maybe 200 cedis just for you to stop that behavior. To get your husband, you also talk to your husband. Your husband is now aware, has accepted his mistake. But in a case where he's beating you and other things, then what we were talking about yesterday, that because you want your peace of mind, you want to seek divorce or separation. But separation, most of the time, separation works. At times, too, it doesn't work. When you take any separation, when you take
for this one there, it has worked because now my friend is looking good as compared to when she was there with her husband.
Yes. So the separation, you see, most of the time, people don't cherish what they have until they lose what they have. And it is a stage every person will go through. Every stage a person will go through. So there was this lady who was saying something about similar thing. That maybe your husband has gotten to that stage. You see, men are so egocentric. They will tell you, I'm the head of the house. Now my colleagues are boozing. If the person's religiosity is not all that high, That's where the person will start. Am I not losing something? Why is it that my colleagues are doing this and I'm not doing that? Okay, then let me go and try it. So here you need to bring your husband closer to yourself. Talk to the person. Do not do what you are doing because it has implication. I am your teacher. I have seen this, that it doesn't help. Use real life scenarios to explain stuff to the students. Now, what you are not doing well as a wife, try to do it well. Yes, madam.
What you are saying, my friend did that too. She called, through the chat with her husband, she got the number of the students. They were not, the person wasn't only one student, two students. So she got one and then started chatting with her. And through her conversation with my colleague, the student even said, said the now husband, you are a very good woman. So why? And he said, okay. From then, anytime she starts doing anything, then she'll be beating her. The machines or the palma there. She even saw the uniform for the students without knowing that it is the fiancé or the one the husband is cheating with.
Stella,
oh
yes. Yes. So the man is not ready to change, and he's not into help. So you need to look out for all of these things when you are dating. Right. So Saisa, let's listen to you.
There is something that we fail to do. Sometimes is it because of the fear? Because when we are dating, sometimes you touch here, touch here, touch here. Have they gone to the hospital to see whether their blood is compatible before marriage?
You see,
that is one.
The barrenness.
They've been able to look at the barrenness. The problem is that the man was like that, just that he did not check him before they got married. It was like that. Because, I keep on saying that character is like pregnancy. No matter how you hide it, one day it will show up. So there's possibility that is the way. Because in as far as it's not one, it's not two, it's not three, then there's a problem. But she herself, she didn't have even gone. But also going through his phone, she will get problems because man's phone is like you will see a lot of things that is going to really annoy you, and then she might have said some certain things that resulted into beating. Don't allow a man to ever beat you even once. If you beat you once, there will be a day you make a mistake, you will beat you again, and before you realize it only becomes a man beater. So do not go. There are some lane you don't want. And as far as you know he's misbehaving, only talk to him. But there are some areas of his distance. Don't go closer. As you go closer, the more you go closer, like I said, it's like you're cutting onion. When you're cutting plenty onion, what happens? The power or the distance will enter your eyes, and you see that you start sharing tears. So I think she should also look at it, and then they should also look at it. They should go to hospital, or she should go to hospital and check. It's nothing. Maybe nothing is wrong with all of them.
Right. So please let us not divert. Let us not divert. So this one has to do with
they are not compatible.
Yes, they are not compatible. So that one has to do with Madam Stella's own, but Madam Essinam's own. That's what we are talking about here. She has brought this big problem that maybe probably befallen her. So these are, I think that she should talk to the student and tell her, if you continue to do this, then I'll have to complain to I'll have to report to the authorities. That is what it's going through. If anything happens, I am not supposed to be blamed. Now you find a nicer way to talk to your husband. You see, there is no man out there who hates the wife. There is no man who will say that I am going to perform I'm going to pay your dowry, perform your marriage right, and I'll come and be beating you. If you should be doing the things that you are supposed to do, show respect, humble yourself, be a supporting wife, do all that is expected of you, you'll be able to now establish some kind of normalcy as compared to where you say that, oh, for me, I am the wife, I am duly married and what and what. Every man has things that this person likes doing. So the lady should find a nicer way to talk to the husband. The time and the tone you speak to the husband is very important. There is this saying that marriage does not favor men. And one thing we also fail to establish is men have what we call prostate cancer. Have you found out from the lady whether she has not been starving? So starve and starve. Most of the time, the bee comes first. Has not been starving the husband of sex.
No, oh no, like I don't want to put more.
So you see, wait. Let us not rush.
Okay, say
You need to be inquiring some of these things. They will tell you, I have gone to school, I am tired, I have taught the entire day, I am that. Some people naturally they are promiscuous. Some people are naturally promiscuous. And so no matter what you do to them, they will still go. But try your best. Talk to the person. Now, if you see that the behavior keeps on doing it, keeps on repeating, then you have to advise yourself. But in a situation like this, you need to be talking to your husband. Converse, talk. Things that you're not doing well, try to change. I know teaching is a bit difficult. You go to school, go and teach the entire day, be shouting, and now you come and now. So if you don't take care, where you see that there is hormonal imbalance and this hormonal changes, you may do things that may push your husband away. And before a husband will start doing such things, then it means that maybe the person is trying to pay you back, trying to use that as a weapon against you so that it will pain you very well. So talk to your husband. As you're talking to him, do it in a nicer way, in a sensible way. That's what I think needs to be done. Madam Stella, you were about saying something.
Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome, madam. So it is a big problem. It's a big problem that we only it may be that the husband is just using that as an avenue to punish you. How will you feel if you see that the student you are teaching, I am dating the student? Okay. How do you dress when you're in the house? Men need to be pampered. That's what I've said, that marriage as marriage favors not the husband. So if I am not benefiting from marriage, prostrate is waiting for me. If I don't put certain things in place, I am also not receiving peace in the house. When I want to come to my husband, to my wife, you are telling me I am smelling, my face is not good, I am not strong. Even some comments, you see, comments you even see, things you say in the house alone can demean, okay? It can demean the energy of your husband. Sometimes say, yeah, for me, My wife. Wait, I'm coming. My wife. If I want to have an affair with my wife, she will just be there. She will not be mourning. She will just be there. He said, "My friend, come and do it." The moment, the moment the moment we are done, he said, my wife will ask me, "Are you done? Is that the only thing you're able to do?" Hey, and you expect so this one somehow was say this small girl has learned from the colleagues, some people who were not working, they were unemployed, and they have given the girl some hot spices, and now the girl has caught your husband and is giving to your husband. So that every place is tight. The breast is not just hanging. You don't show it. You don't just hang your panties in the room anyhow. The husband find very difficult to see those things. Don't you think it is going? The moment he sees it, hey my God, I see this thing. Oh my God, let me go. The moment the husband closes from work, he let me go and see if I can get it. You are stabbing him a bit, then you show him some love and everything. Every place is hot. Some places are tight. I will tell you, you fall into it. It's like manhole. Manhole, you are fetching water. You hear to gum, to gum, to gum, to gum. So you see, all of these things, we'll push them away. They will not feel happy. So find a way, sit on hot water, take certain drugs, go to the hospital, go to the pharmacy, get certain things to kill the place, make some place tight, and your husband will be chasing you. When he comes to you, you don't also push him away. You don't pamper him.
But some are natural.
Some are natural, like how?
Like the manhole thing you are saying.
No. But you see, there is a way of, so you can contract it. So sit on hot water to just kill those places. Ensure for now.
Sir, please let me add something to our ladies or even the men. If you realize that you ask your lady to be using lime, squeezing lime into hot water and sitting on it,
Oh my God.
the lady will be very tight.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So lime, I've heard you. Then cloves. Cloves too. I have heard when you take cloves, when you get the hot one and you sit on it to it also helps to tighten the place. But I'm told when you take it too much, it contracts your womb. If you don't take care, it's very difficult for you to give birth. So cloves, pepper is very good. So that is the beauty of our course.
Sir, please, will you put it into hot water and take?
I'm told when you put it into hot water, it spoils. It is best taken when it is in cold water. When you don't do it.
Okay.
Yes, cloves is very important. Pepper. So cloves, ginger, you take them so that every place will be tight. You'll be able to keep your man. Say, oh my God, the moment your husband closes from work, come and see, run into you. Oh my God, who am I? Yeah, so Saisa, let us listen to you.
Yeah, I want to talk to them that those women who are having problems with their husbands, they should get these Zongo women who are into polygamy. They know how to keep the men in order because there's competition in the house. If there's competition, there's a way they do and they are able to attract a man. Not with any medicine. No, there's a way they will do it. And besides, to some of the women, excuse me to say, they are not clean.
They are not what?
If a man should come to you clean, clean. I mean,
talk
they are
about
dirty.
say it again. Say it again.
Dirty. I come to you and your armpit alone when you open, as if mosquito, they
Oh
have burned
my
mosquito pile
God!
in the
Oh
room.
my God! Who is this? Who is this?
Then when you also the down there is smelly. I am telling you, if a man should come to you and that scent carry him away, he will manage with you, but he will be dodging you. So at least try it. Let's encourage them to be keeping themselves. Yes, the fact that you may appear neat, the down there is smelly. So whatever you do, communicate to your colleagues. In fact, well, that's why listen, I was happy when you were asking. When the fellow comes to tell me something, sometimes when we are trying to give an report because we wanted people to know that we are right. We try to narrate it in a way that will favor us. But when you go to the ground, the reality is not like that. So in trying to probe very well and also they give them some guideline on how to be able to maintain their home. This is my addition. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. All right, it's very good. So they should also try to seek counselors. Some counselors, some marriages, you see, any marriage that dodges counseling, hey, that marriage, eh? So go to counselors if it is possible. Send you yourself do some medicine. Okay, do get some medicine to work things out, and you'll be able to work things out perfectly for yourselves. Ajay,
I think
who
I
is
read
saying
something.
this?
I don't know whether if I can share with you.
Oh, share with us. Share with us.
There was this story I read about a woman who said she came and confined in her mother that she doesn't like her husband. She wants to kill her husband. And the mother told her that she would
Ah,
give her a technique for her to kill her husband.
I thought
Well, she killed her husband.
haven't you shared this one before?
I don't know. But, because me, I'm having my own, because I do radio discussion sometimes. I don't know what I share it with
Is
you.
it okay? So you continue. You continue. We are still reminding ourselves.
Okay. So the mother said, okay, she would help her to kill the husband, but they are going to do it in bits so
Can you
that
just
nobody will
imagine?
know that she is the one who has killed the husband. So she brought her. She said she's going to be giving her, but first and foremost, she have to be nice to the man, dress well, cook well, support him, give him a lot of attention, so that at the end of the day, nobody will suspect that he's the one killing. She said, okay. So she initially, it was difficult for her, but she started as time goes on. The mother was giving her, she grinded something white and she gave it to her and said she should put it in the food. Small. So finally she came and stopped and came and told the mother that he cannot, he doesn't want the husband to die because there's there no way they would do, and then the poison he has taken would go away. And the mother said no. He said, oh, that she has grown to love the husband now. She doesn't want him to die. And the mother laughed and said, your husband wasn't the problem. You were the problem. You were the poison that was rather killing your husband. To tell you the truth, I knew you, you were my daughter, and I knew your character. You corrected your this. If you continue to do like this, your husband will never have problem with you again. What I give it to you, to tell you the truth, it was just ordinary chalk that cannot kill anybody. I just wanted you to correct your character. After correcting your character, have you seen how your man is loving and so on? And she was ashamed and was seated. That was what happened. At least if there are many ways you can do sort of what will I call it, maintain your home. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. So you see, there is no way a man. That's why I said that I will just see. Let me use 20,000 to go and get married, and I'll come and be maltreating you. You give what you get. You get what you give. Mhm. Whatever treatment you will give, the same measurement will be given to you. And so please let us be encouraging ourselves to rather perform our duties, our responsibilities, if we should be doing those things, it will help. Don't also, as counselors, don't also let us listen to one side. So if it is possible, call for the two and ask. Listen to both sides. It is possible the husband may not tell you there because the wife is there. Every man would like to protect the wife. So let us be mindful of that. This is part of the course. It's part of the course. Next time we shall do marriage 4 that's marriage EASS 404. And talk about some of these things. Yeah, so you will come. Hey, we are learning small. Okay, so reinforcement and reward under that. This involves the use of rewards and punishment, and I think we've spoken about that when we were talking about Piaget's stuff. So the theory is based on Skinner's theory of operant conditioning, and it states that behavior can be modified or changed through reinforcement, such as giving of rewards. So behavior can change. I say, I want you to do this. I want you to stop this thing. When you stop it, I'll do this for you. I am giving you this money. I have seen that you are a night sister. You have been engaging in prostitutes. I want to give you money to start a business. It's a reward that you're giving the person. And I want you to stop. When you stop, I'll keep on rewarding you. I'll keep on giving you more rewards. So it's possible that the prostitute will stop such a behavior. It's because the person is not having something doing or something eating. That is why the person is engaging herself in such a thing. And so if you have given the person such an offer, such a gift, the person can start something for herself. There are instances where people engage in certain behaviors and it is not their doing, but situation demands. You see that thing in front of us, belly. Last time I was telling you, that thing called stomach. This morning, it is demanding. How do you provide? It is demanding. It is hungry. In that case, no matter what you do, you have to feed it. And it doesn't warrant that one alone has its own it. So if it is hungry, if the hair want to appear so beautiful, if the body want to smell so nice, it will engage in some of these things. So you need to give rewards so that you'll be able to prevent most of the things. And so he not only used, let's see, based on this theory, Skinner successfully trained some rats to operate levers, and learn mazes. And he did not only use pigeons to turn in circles, but also played with them by providing food rewards at appropriate intervals to reinforce the desired responses. And we have Ivan Pavlov, who used dog and meat as an example, where he rings the bell. And so this is what he used as the basics. And so he rings a bell, he gives food, and now people start behaving in specific ways. So according to Skinner, we showering praises. Yes, hookups, and they have advanced. They have apps that I'm told they are doing such things, but I have not seen one before. So according to him, we showering praises, we paying attention, and we using other words of commendation go a long way to have a very positive impact on people, and they are able to do so good. They're able to do so good. Okay, so the men, you have mentioned hookups, and I have remembered something. Should I share or I should just let's continue? Let's continue. So rewards are incentives that we give to people. Incentives we give to people in appreciation for they engaging in something worthwhile. And we say, oh, you have been able to win the entire race and so get this reward. You have been able to emerge victorious. You've gotten first class, second class. You've gotten this and so take a reward. But at the end of the day, everyone gets a reward. That is the medal and the certificate you are going to represent us, provided you don't have any IC, you don't have any other skirmishes somewhere. You are going to represent us. So that alone is a reward. Looking at you sitting for 4 hours today, I'm sure you're going to do about 6-7 hours. You're going to sit going through all of these things. We give you rewards for that. And on top of that, you are going to get employed. When you get employed, you're going to get huge sums of money at the end of every month. And I'll be expecting all of you to send me 1,000 every month, 1,000 that like that for 10 years. 1,000, 10 years. Yeah. So that's why the way. So they are forms of motivation which are given or received in return for good work that we have done, for a service rendered, for completing a degree program, for a good behavior shown. Rewards come in various forms and they usually go with the nature of the service you render or the act that you have given. And every society, irrespective of its religious and cultural inclination, uses rewards as a way of encouraging good character formation. So rewards are very important. Rewards are very important. Teachers, we need to be able to come up with some rewards, some ways. These are the reinforcements. We need to find some ways to be able to support good behaviors. So young people are expected to exhibit good moral behavior so that they can attract goodwill of people. Okay, so we have the homo war as an example where after going through, people will now shower praises on you and even say all sorts of good things about you. And when you hear that thing alone, you tend to be happy. Let me tell you a story. There was this lecturer in this university in 2000 when there was COVID-19. That was when I was doing my service and I was doing my national service. And this person, I had to looking at how the school was closed down, and I had to go in. He was applying for his ASO prof, and he was not able to prepare the document. So I had to go and sit in, prepare. You go and work the whole day, and this man will just maybe buy rice for you. You go there early in the morning by 9 a.m. You go there, you leave there around 6 p.m. That is all. It was later on that I discovered that as the man was buying rice, it was a way of telling me that he was paying me. I said, okay, this man at the master's level, I said, he asked me, so what's the next? I said, oh, I've bought forms that I want to further my master's, want to do my master's. He said, okay. Then I didn't force this man. He said, okay, so when it is time for, when you get admission, I'll help you pay your school fees. So if someone has told you that, come and see. I was working my heart out. Friends, it was time for me to pay my school fees, and I went to this lecturer. All that he could tell me, he wasn't around. So I called him. Time was moving fast. We had to pay the school fees. So all that I could do was call the man and inform him that, oh, doctor, at that time he was a doctor, I was paying 2,000 plus. I've gotten 2,500. I was paying 4,000 as school fees. And now I don't know what to do. I remember that very day, it was 20th October. This man said it was unethical for me to ask or to give him an amount to pay. I said, really? Since that day, I never stepped foot into his office. Since then, I have not gone to his office before, since 2020. And so I just came. Could you guys believe that it was only last week I heard that this man has been taken to a rehabilitation center because he's having mental challenge, mental problems. When you do better things, when you do good things, you yourself, you feel that kind of happiness. You see, the power of conscience, that inner voice, is a great judge. That alone can make you die. It can make you achieve greater things. Your self-esteem, it can help you always get higher self-esteem. This man, as we speak, has gotten ASO Prof. He's an associate professor. I am not saying that I am happy, but you see, the opposite of reward is punishment. Your soul will punish you. This man wasn't like that, but within him, he is getting that easy from more educated people. That's why I have been emphasizing that come to class, because if you don't come to class and I'm failing you, I'm going to feel so pained. So come, so that I'll also see that this is what you have done and this is what I have given you, and then I'll have the peace of mind. The person is now in a rehab. You see it. So if you don't behave well, you will get punishment. And what is punishment? Punishment is an opposite of, it is opposite to reward. So getting praises and other things, here you are going to be tortured. So according to Skinner, behavior can also be shaped through the use of punishment or negative reinforcement. That is, you denying someone something that the person likes so much. The someone likes so much. So there are types of punishment. And you see, I asked you when we were talking about the various ways you can punish people. And I was telling you, you can let the person go and scrap. In addition to that, we can use verbal rebukes, love withdrawal, withdrawal of benefits, beatings, caning, spanking, squatting, and many others. But these beatings, caning, spanking, and for squatting, you can let the person do it. But then these three things, beatings, they have been taken out of the system. So teachers, we think our powers have been taken from us because we are not allowed to cane again. And the students are there misbehaving anyhow. But then we can deny them of certain benefits. So one or the other, I also side with Sir Bettman saying that he will ask the student to go and stay with maybe Form 1s, just to do that. So punishment are therefore aim to bring some kind of displeasure for a person displaying some inappropriate behaviors. So punishment are ways of putting a check to crime in the society. And there is this guy, last time I was listening to an incident which has happened in the northern parts, in the north, where the person is being brought down to Ankafu here, life imprisonment, where we're told the guy killed, he scaled a wall and went to kill the hotel owner. He was the guy, as I am told, or as Intel tells us, he was a former worker in the hotel, but then was dating four ladies, all the four ladies who were working in the hotel. That's why for me, I'll find very difficult to even date someone working in a hotel, dating 4 ladies, and the ladies got to know of it, and the man said, "Hey, my friend, you cannot be doing this in my company. If that is the case, then please find the exit way, go." Yes, Jirapa, very good, Jirapa Kuzi Hotel. Now he connived with other people. Of course, they are saying that the laws are saying two individuals are supposed to be part of it, but they are not. The two are innocent. So they have killed the CEO. They have killed him, and the guy is coming to Ankafu. Okay. Why should the girlfriend be arrested? So they are bringing the guy to Anka for life imprisonment. But for me, I was thinking he should also die. Reciprocity. The principle of reciprocity. So you kill, I also kill. So punishments are therefore ways of putting checks to crime. If you don't punish people, they keep on misbehaving and repeating such behaviors. And one purpose of meting out punishment is to help curb an undesirable behavior or to cause pain or fear or anxiety with the aim that through constant punishment, the undesirable behavior will be stopped or will be curtailed. But it's not always the case that punishing is good. It is not always the case. It's not always the case that we should be punishing. Because there will be a time where even as you are caning, you say, "Oh, Odeshi, my teachers, they will by all means cane me. Let me finish with my behavior. Let me cure. Because I know that whatever be the case, I will go to prison. And so I'll continue with it." So at times we need to find a different way. Maybe need to vary the punishment so that they will do it. But at times too, we need to also call them and ask them, "Why did you do what you do? Sorry, why did you do what you did?" Like the guy who killed, the guy, the American political activist, this guy, I've forgotten the name right now. The one who shot the, what's the name? Can you just imagine that I've forgotten the name right now? I think last month, the guy who was shot in the US, what is his name?
Something click, but Charles Kirk.
Charles Kirk. Charles Kirk. Thank you so much. Charles Kirk, yes. So the killer was asked, and he just said Charles Kirk did something. He said something that he saw it to be a shame, and that was when he developed that hatred for him. And the guy heard that Charles Kirk was coming to the prison, so he had to use his father's sniper to be able to take off that guy. So you see the reason, although he will get his punishment, but the reason is good. The reason he has given now teaches us lesson that at least let us be mindful of some of the things we say. You don't know the implication of whatever you are saying today. Maybe it is causing pain somewhere that if you don't take care, it will bring that big problem. And we know, of course, the tank is sharper than the knife. Okay, so we need to be careful of that. When we learn the reasons from some of these things, we are able to get to control some of these behaviors. So learning theories have indicated that punishment can have a great impact. So he has said that punishment has a great impact on a child if it is severe and immediately follows an undesirable behavior or action. And it is true. So if you want the punishment you are giving to have a positive impact on your learner, it is supposed to be done instantly. The moment the action takes place, don't hesitate punishing. By so doing, you'll be able to prevent such behavior from getting erupted. Then we have so many interesting things about that. Then we have the purposes for punishing. And for one, for retribution. So getting people punished for the wrong they have done. And when they go through such things, it will, at the end of the day, serve as deterrence. Okay, so it will deter wrongdoers from further engaging in further sins or offenses, and also deter other people from engaging in such things. So you hear that this person did that and was punished, you will not do that. So if you're a headmaster, or yes, you hear that a colleague teacher has slept with a student and has been rusticated, has been sacked from his position. Now, what is he going to do? You think about it. If I should also be found, if I'm doing it and I'm found, what will be the consequence? Then when that comes to mind, you put it, it will help you to stop. Then for protection, so we punish to protect the offenders and also protect the victims. If people are supposed to be there, the possibility that they will continue to inflict things on others is high. And the possibility of people taking arms to go and avenge an offense committed against them is also high. For that matter, it is very good we give punishment to protect. So there are times we take people to some penitentiaries and some rehabilitations to just go and seek reformation, where they will go and get their behaviors reformed. They wouldn't be working, and also, unfortunately, they say you are a perpetrator, and so we are going to kill you. Like the immigration officer, the guy who killed the immigration officer and attempted burning his body. The families were very angry and they were ready to avenge the death of their family member. But the police had to come in to protect them. Right, so the benefits are enormous, and we can talk about that. Then the last stage has to do with imitation or modeling. Modeling or imitation. And what is modeling? Yeah, the law protects the wicked, but then they also get they get the rewards they deserve. You see, they get the rewards they deserve. But you see, people these days don't care when they are inflicting pains on their colleagues, their friends. They don't think about other people at all. That's the era we are entering. Someone can just poison you for no reason. We are living in an era where when you are offending a colleague, you don't care. You are not bothered at all. And that shouldn't be the case. Of course, they will misbehave and go to the prisons and be fed by the taxpayers' money. They will eat in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. When they are going to sleep, then they will just be suffering. But with the sleeping hour, by 6 or 5 o'clock, they say everyone should go inside. Please, it is not a nice experience at all. It is not a nice experience. When prisoners are sharing their stories, you may. So you have heard some of them. I'm sure you have heard some of them. You say they can pack you like sardine, and there is a time where you can even wake up, and you didn't wake up. You have woken up, but you didn't wake up because they have pressed you. They arrange themselves like, I don't even know, like yam or charcoal or rice that is being packed from a place, from let's say from the farm to the marketplace. And they say they can urinate on themselves. If you are pressed, someone can just sleep and ease on himself because the places, by the time if you say you're going to the washroom and come, by the time you come, someone will have occupied your place. And so you didn't get any place to sleep. That is why the Pentecostal church, considering all of this, they said, let us go and build a prison. Let us go and build a room so that these people can get a place to sleep. Please, prisons are choked. Prisons are choked. Our prisons are choked, and crime rate has not reduced because the economy is not favorable. People are not taking other people's welfare into consideration. So when you are offending a colleague, you don't care, you don't mind. So we need to go out there and tell people, tell our students the realities on the ground. Hard work. If something is not yours, don't touch it. You'll be punished for that. Some people will intentionally say, oh, for me, I am ex-convict, but there is no joy in the house. So let me go and steal someone's fowl. Let me go and steal someone's goods. Let me go and steal someone's sheep so that I'll be sent back. Now, they are not happy that they have been released. Can you just imagine? They are not happy that they have been released. So they will go and steal something useless and be thrown back into prison where they can get food 24/7. NGOs are coming in, professional bodies are coming in, governments are coming in. Oh, private entities are coming in. Is it Tiro? Is it Ata? So they will continue misbehaving. But if people should be thinking about the consequence of their behaviors when they are acting, they will think before they act. Of course, when you are angry at times, you don't think well before you act. But when you are done with the act, you now come and sit and think that, oh, this is what I have done. After reflecting, say, why did I do this? By that time, it will be too late. Right. So that is that. Punishment is very good. It has a purpose. It has a purpose. Let us be using punishment to be able to shape our student behavior and that of our children. So modeling is the third caveat or third medium to instill morality or to develop student behavior. So they argue that that's the theorist, social learning theorist, which Skinner and Spat argue that children also tend to adopt acceptable behaviors by observing their parents and adults. So they go to school and say, hey, Charlie, come and see. I saw my mother crying when my father was sleeping on him. Let us do something. My mother was shouting and was crying. Hey, let us do some. So those of you who have been sleeping with your children, please squeeze water out of stone to get their rooms for them, because they are watching you. In your absence, they talk about it. Careless parents. But it's not their fault. It's not the children's their fault. And poverty, what poverty may do. So you cannot blame them so much. But let us find a way to do it in a decent way. Just last week, can you believe that I came across, I don't know whether I sent it to you. Maybe I'll look for it and send it.
You sent it.
Yes. So when I heard of it, I said, wow, is this what is happening? A parent who is supposed to be supporting teachers, you have given birth, and so what? They can do it when the students are out. Who can do it? So who can do it? They can do what too? And which of the students are you talking? Okay. All right, I've heard you. So parents can do it when their wards are out.
So, sir, what about if you have something to do at your workplace, or you arrange in the day, then you come back?
Like how? I don't understand.
As someone is saying that they'll do it in the absence of the children. It means when they are going to school. So what about you that you are going for work? Or how do you arrange? Maybe you talk it over and come back at some set time, or what?
Yeah, so
that is what you're supposed to do. Arrange it in a way to prevent your children from copying. And in addition, you know what Sir mentioned, says we had the same problem here. We see the phone from a student, and then the mother came. The woman was just like talking type. She came and was just saying, how can they take the child food? And they said they will not give. What and I said, Madam, come. The woman is just by my house. No, as I'm talking. She came and we said, come and sit down. She sat down. We opened the phone. We said, what is this? She saw that it was these blue films. Finally, when we opened one, it was she herself that was there. She was laughing, and then the child went and snapped her. Now she said, and she couldn't say anything again. So you see, sometimes when they are correcting them is a problem. And that was why I said I have seen those one and more. The same thing, some students went to snap their parents when they were having their nookies. If I guess it is there everywhere. God save us.
So in this case, what will you do to the students or your child?
Because the mother came and was talking plenty, we allow her to go with the problem. We asked her to carry the child to go to the house and talk to the child. We didn't do.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
even
a
punish because I
man,
wanted to punish the child.
you see, so mothers, fathers, let us try at least get when you see that your children are growing, let us try to get their own rooms for them. Why don't you get a quarter land? Why don't you get a quarter land and build one for you and your wife? Build one for your children. Whatever you are doing, they are looking at you. When you are talking, they are looking at you. When you are dressing, they are looking at you. So when you see that they are growing, and now they will need their privacy, you give it to them. At times, I consider I consider life so well. My room, currently, I'm the only one here. But when I'm sleeping, I just occupy my space. The little space I am sleeping. I don't cover the entire room. So why don't you try? Why don't you try to save money? Why don't you try to do something? Yes, madam.
Okay, I would say that it's the generation this time, because during our time it wasn't like that, and due to the technologies that children are using and learning from, that is why all these things are happening. Some of us, we used to sleep with our parents during our time, but
I did.
me myself, I did. So it's
So
the
all of us, so all of us.
But you see, the parents, all of you did. But now we have tend to be giving freedom to our children.
That's why these children, they are possessed, so they are possessed. These children.
Everything they want to know.
Because a parent wouldn't mind, wouldn't be bothered to ask the student that, to ask the child, where did you get this iPhone? The children are having phones that are even expensive than their school fees and their hostel fees. And these children, you don't know where they are getting their monies from. A parent will even bother. The student, the children will go, or the child will go out and come back 2-3 days time. And when they come, they put the money bam. Some parents wouldn't ask, where do you get this money from? My baby girl, my baby boy. Where are you getting this thing from? They will be rather cooking and invite them. Oh, come and eat. Come and eat. I've said it here before that there is a student who, I think the person is now done with her service. Is that in the house? They don't close their doors. Their doors to their rooms. It's not always it's not closed. So there will be a time where the parent will just bump into your room and they will just come and see whatever you are doing. So they are always careful when it comes to that thing. And such training, they come with them. So he said, for me, men do not go to my room. Men do not go to our room. The medicine may be part of it, but don't also forget that Bible, Matthew 24 also tells us that. Yeah, so let us zoom into sermon a bit. Shirawo Asafo Yehovah, please, your offer tree. The boy is here. So Matthew 24 also tells us that in the end time we will be experiencing some of these things. So the medicine is part, and the era they find themselves to is part. Today they are using iPhones, and for now, they don't see kokonte. Why I didn't eat the kokonte? We were eating kokontas at that time. Today, you give them kokonte, they will tell you, we want pizza. They want shawarma. And the pizza and the shawarma and all the drinks are just paving way for them to be slept with anyhow. So modeling is very important. Children who observe their colleagues being punished for their bad behaviors. Their bad behaviors are less likely to imitate such people. So children who observe their colleagues being punished for their bad behaviors are less likely to imitate such things. So you cane them. Teachers, if the government is saying you should not cane them, we are not in the US. In the US, you told you cannot go and cane them there. They will call the police on you. If you don't take it, they can even shoot you. They can shoot you. Okay. So on the contrary, adults who are considered to be warm and friendly are no doubt likely to be imitated. And that's why I said that they are looking up to you. Children can also adopt the occupation and models from the environment by observing behaviors of the adults who live with them. So if you live in a community where people like fighting, you see that these people grow up. They will grow up and also like fighting. They will be fighting so much. Children do not learn only from what they are told by adults, but also from what they see adults doing. So it's very important. And we have the print and the electronic media, such as films and books. They all influencing behavior, either negatively or positively. And cartoons. Some time ago, I was I was laughing that was it last 3 days or last 4 days? A lady was saying that, hey, for me, I don't understand why men like watching cartoons. So you see, that's why some time ago, some stakeholders were saying that this idea of gay and lesbianism are being taught through animation and cartoons. And men also like watching cartoons. Why is it that men like watching cartoons? And there are some ladies who also like watching cartoons. So they go through, see, man is not anything. Men and human as you see us, we are the richest of all. We are the feeble among all living creatures. But we are the ones who also show that we are people. If you think you are someone, just go to the mortuary. It can make and unmake you. It can make you when you go to the mortuary, it can make and unmake you. It can unmake you in the sense that you go there and you see how humans are just later. You see that humans are nothing. Now, in your dealing with humans, if you don't take care, you treat humans like trash. Then one way or the other, it will let you leave things as they are. You will not be taking things seriously. When someone is cheating, you say, okay, go your way. What is this? What is this too? I came with nothing. Just go to the mortuary. I know some of you, is there anyone here who has not visited the mortuary before? Is there anyone who has not visited there before? Luis, you have not visited, right? Okay. one of my mentors. Pardon? Hello.
I have not.
You've not. Oh, my friend, try to go and try to visit there. Try to visit there.
I have not been there before.
Oh, for me, I have gone to all of these places. So for me, I have seen what I have seen so many things before. I have seen so many things. Hey, Charlie. Right, so it's all good. It's all good. It will make you hard. It will make you hard. Comfort, I want to read your message. So Comfort, what are you saying?
So I'm saying what I wrote was when you are entering the Southbourne mortuary, they've written at the end, they've written that we were once like you. So when you go inside and you are exiting, they've written, "You one day be like us."
Hey, amazing.
I remember my teacher said that we have a. He even said it was a cemetery. That when you
No,
are entering,
it's at Stockton Government Hospital where their mortuary is. I've been there before. I've been there once.
It means that's what they have been writing at the entrances of the mortuary. Trafalgar to the same thing.
We were once
And
like
yes, it carries a huge message. You say when I went there, when I came back home, close to 3 days now, I've not eaten any proper food. Hey,
oh why? Oh why?
say what I saw, even I'm not no, not I didn't enter to the last end. I'm not hey, it's not easy, actually. Those who work there, no wonder they take in alcohol and other medicines before they start work. It's serious. So
You one day be like us. I see. So it is written everywhere. I see. For me, all these times I've gone there, it's like I had lost my parents, so you can just imagine. I didn't take my time to read all of these things. So yeah. So I'll take my time one day to go and just go and look at all of these things. I have gone there 3 times. Mm. One of my mentors lost their mother, and I escorted them. Papa, let's go. I said, I'll not go. I'll not go. Say, hey, you not go. How you go do one? But when you enter there, you see that humans are nothing. I've gone to Kolego before, and I also went to how do you call it, Udumbrum. Then I went to Sunyane. When I went to Sunyane, I was also in on the Brekum Road. There is a mortuary over there. We went there. So it's all good. It's all good. So children learn different types of behavior as a result of imitation. So when you see how people have been lying down, you see like, hey, let me behave well, because one day I'll just land up here, land up naked, and I'll be lined up and end up here. Children who are exposed to aggressive models tend to exhibit more aggressive response than they would possibly do without the exposure to such of these behaviors. Although say but you see children who have been raised, or people who are coming from zongos, are very tough. They are very strong. You cannot be in a shaman or tema and get easily bullied. You cannot play with Kaswa guys and be taken for granted. Okay, all of these environments have made them tough. They have become tough. All right. So these are the issues in there, and the moral lesson. The educational implications are also enormous, that we will all need to master them. How the theory will help us to be able to teach well. So people such as adults and teachers must serve as good role models for children to copy. Teachers can use the media as means of providing children with models that can do that. And these things are all part of the strategic strategies, the sustainable strategies we can use to be teaching morality. Okay, so more educators can use rewards such as praise and attention given to increase desirable response or behaviors. Teachers can also use punishment such as rebuke and uh, rebuke and all forms of punishment to be able to discourage or put off certain unpleasant and certain unacceptable behaviors. Then more educators can pay attention to unintended outcomes. They can listen to reasons why people engage in certain things, right? So the benefits are many, and with this one too, there are strengths when you want to consider them. But then just learn them for learning sake. I'm not sure these things will be examinable, but just learn them. Just as we said, education is meant for passing examination and also for change in behavior, because we can learn all of these things to be able to do that. So we're now done with this, and stage 3 will take us through stages of morality. And I think we have spoken about them already. We have spoken about them. So in our next meeting, we shall look at these things, and they are not all that much. We have spoken about them when we were talking about Jean Piaget's morality, his theory of moral development. And so hopefully next week, God willing, we shall do that and units and see where we will end. Okay, we shall just glance through or maybe just skip this chapter. And so please do well to revise them, read on them. Just do well to read on them. Then you shall so when you are done reading them, we shall take our time to go through, you see, this part, characteristics of more educated person, or something that we have already discussed. So we shall take our time and now look at the chapter 4. So please just revise them. What we have done from the first 2 units, they are repeated. Most of them are repeated, but just that they have some little additional additions to the, how do you call it, the unit 3. And so hopefully next week or next weekend we shall start with the factors affecting moral development, and these are the stakeholders to moral development. And oh, I thought I've already shared it with you. So you are, I've given them to the course rep. Maybe you didn't see it when she sent it to you, or she has not sent it yet.
Please, I've shared it. I
Okay.
did that yesterday.
Yeah, so probably you want to get it from your lecturer himself. I have heard you. So I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you so that you all learn. Revise that when we come, we just talk 1, 2 about it and move straight away to the unit 4 and the 5 and see where we end for next week. And so till then, have a good morning, and thank you all so much for coming. I've really enjoyed your time. 2 weeks more to end lectures, and let's say 2, 3 weeks to end examination, and you'll be graduates. Yes, you'll be prepared and ready for graduation on December 17th through 19th. Thank you all so much for your audience, and have a good morning.
It's those who want to go to church. It's late.